we're going.
Let's go.
Let's see. All right. Comments.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. What do we do here?
Episode 3.
Are we are live, right?
Yeah, we're live. Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe it doesn't necessarily mean people are watching, but we are live.
I'm still stuck in the can you see the public chat there? I'm still stuck in the here we go. Okay, I got it. All right.
Scott and Becky are there.
Scott's here. Hey Scott, how you doing? So sorry we were late, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of Is This Thing On? Sorry we were late. It's not a good episode of Is This Thing On if we don't have some technical difficulties, right? So we had that infamous echo again. So
yeah, but we think we got rid of it.
But I think we're good. It looks like it looks like people are logging on here. It looks like we're
awesome.
Let me just pull it up over here. Okay, and so tonight we have a very special guest who we're not going to bring on just yet.
No.
Because first do we need to talk about the most important thing that we always talk about first, I think, right?
Yeah, I'll go first. That's exactly what you're saying. And a special one this week. We got milk chocolate hobnobs.
Hobnobs.
Yeah, chocolate coated hobnobs. So I don't know if MJ's going to appear, but MJ had these last time in episode 2, didn't she? Hers were in a box, which is very suspicious. But yeah, hobnobs. This is awesome.
Let's see who's here quick. So Scott here. I assume that's Scott, but is that you, Scott?
Yeah.
Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Hey, Greg. I'm here until dinner time. Okay, sounds good. That's totally reasonable. Hi, Erie. Technical. That's right. Hey, Brian. Hope you're feeling okay, bud. Okay, so the chocolate hobnobs. I think MJ said she was going to make an appearance, and she said she had her biscuits ready. So I don't know. She's got we have the hobnobs.
I think what was it? She's got she told me she's got some jammy Dodgers. That's pretty good. Jammy Dodgers are great biscuits.
I don't even know what the jammy Dodgers are.
The jammy Dodgers are like shortcake sandwich with jam in the middle.
I don't think I'd like those.
Really?
So are you the type you like jam in your donuts?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, see, I don't like jelly donuts.
I'm not a psycho, Dave.
You're what?
Of course I do. I'm not a psycho.
I don't know. I like jelly. Like I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I love jelly on toast, but I just never I don't know. It just seems like it shouldn't be in my donuts and my pastries. Like
what's people done to my donut?
Donuts should have they should have chocolate, sprinkles, powder. If there's going to be something on the inside, that should be cream, like a vanilla cream or a chocolate cream. That's okay. But jelly, I don't know.
I don't like custard in you have custard donuts as well, and I love custard, but I only like hot custard. I don't like cold custard. That's weird. But I love cold. I love hot custard a lot. I could eat bowls and bowls of custard. But
let's see here. Jess is here.
Cold. Just weird.
Everybody's saying hi to each other.
Hi everyone. Hi
Pat.
So yeah, I can't talk about these, not eat them. So I'm going to start them in a minute.
Yeah.
A wonderful moment.
Should we? Jess says I'm hungry since. Wait, let me see.
Lemon jelly might be. So I don't know if I'm reading the chat too early, but Jess has just mentioned lemon jelly. Is that the same as lemon curd? Is that our lemon curd, lemon jelly?
I don't know. Is it Erie?
Well, it's like a jam that's lemon flavor, so it could be lemon curd, can it?
Jess wants to know what everybody's favorite Girl Scout cookie is. So we'll have to go through theirs. So should we bring in our guest? I feel bad. He's still sitting out there.
Yeah. Let's bring him on because he's been here for hours, isn't he?
Yeah. There's 17 people here now. So look. Our special guest. He's not really a secret guest. So he's bringing out everybody here. All right.
Yes. Yeah, we did announce it.
Ready? Ta-da! There he is.
It's about time. All my cookies are gone. I was getting hungry.
You ate them all already? What kind of cookies you got?
I got Walker's ginger roll shortbread, and
Nice.
and I got some butter cookies, the windmill
Nice.
cookies, biscuits, cookies.
Wow.
I had 4 of them, but I forgot you guys were fortnightly. I had 4 packages ready to go last week, but 2 of them are gone, so I only got the 2 left.
That's good.
about right.
It means you got an excuse to buy more, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I got chip nuts.
Chip nuts.
Chip nuts.
That sounds painful to have chip nuts.
Well, yeah. So how are you guys doing?
Wow, he came prepared.
Yeah.
Very good. So for anybody that doesn't know, this is Jim. Sorry, go ahead, Jim. What are you
The
going to say?
three sexiest voices on the internet, or at least BookTube, right here.
Well, at least one of them. So for anybody that doesn't know Jim yet, Jim is from the channel Mystery and Mayhem. He's a great booktuber, but he's also a cartoonist. So we're going to talk some about that. But Gareth and I both got turned on to Jim because we both immediately fell in love with him because of his voice. And he's probably getting tired of us talking about his voice, but Gareth and I, we don't always agree on everything, but we agree on this, that Jim has the sexiest voice on YouTube.
Yeah. There is a risk,
Well-
actually, Dave, that this week, and our show this week, everyone's going to be like, can those two shut up? I just want to hear Jim. Isn't it?
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
All right, let's see who's we don't want to get too far behind here. I had a honey tahini donut the other day. Sure.
Ooh.
What is
Ooh.
that?
Don't know, but
Here-
honey's underrated, isn't it? Honey's awesome.
Tahini.
Jim, you know what that is?
I have no idea. The honey
Oh.
tahini donut.
You're gonna have to explain
Sounds like alcoholic.
that.
Yeah.
It does, right? Like, yeah, it almost sounds like
I'm
I've
going
got to say, Jammy Dodgers are like my favorite cookie, but we call them fruit cream cookies here, peak frames. Like it's got the round little jelly in the middle,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, fruit cream. Okay.
So
Yeah, so everybody, that's another common element of our show is we're always talking about the different terms, the different. So Jim, everybody is in Canada, and as you know, Gareth is in the UK, and I'm in the US here. So that's great.
Yeah.
We have another country's version of terms we can talk about tonight.
yeah,
So Jim, do you have pork roll there? Do you know what I'm talking about when I say that?
pork roll. Yeah,
Pork roll.
yeah.
And what is it to you? What is pork roll to you?
Well,
What does it look like?
It's round, right? Like the pork is flattened, rolled up
Right.
with stuff. I don't know what they put in a pork roll, but yeah, and then it's you buy it like that in a package pork roll.
Oh, okay. See, now he's talking about a different thing. Then his pork roll's different to him. See, for me,
Wow.
pork roll is. We also sometimes call it Canadian bacon, but I'm sure you guys, which is funny because that's not what you
Back
guys call
bacon.
it, obviously.
We call it pea meal bacon or back bacon. Like it's got the cornmeal on it, right?
No. Oh
No.
my God, Gareth, he's opened up a whole nother world here tonight.
No, I love the idea that if you went, we call this Canadian bacon, and he'd go, yeah, we call that bacon.
So Jim, is your bacon? So what we have for pork roll, and we sometimes call it Canadian bacon, is it's a round, flat. It's kind of like a piece of ham. Kind of like it's sort of thick. You know what Taylor ham is? Taylor ham.
No.
Yeah.
He was
You got me
the
there.
drummer in the Foo Fighters, wasn't he?
Next week, we're just gonna have to screen share some pictures. I think.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But-
Lemon jelly and donuts. Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
What we have here, like we have regular bacon, obviously, right? But we have
Right.
what we call pea meal bacon, which is a big slab of bacon that you would slice yourself, but it's got cornmeal on it. So it's a
Okay.
big piece of pea meal bacon or back bacon. is what we call it.
Okay. And when
Yeah.
you say regular bacon, you're talking about strips, right? They're long strips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right,
Which I
that's what
can't
we
afford to buy anymore.
Right?
Right.
Holy cow! The bacon here has got up to like $7 a package usually.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I don't know. Groceries have just skyrocketed. It's so concerning right now. You know?
Yeah, it's
That-
true for us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But when I go shopping for groceries with my wife, she's not watching this, it's fine. But she'll be like, we can't get that, it's gone up in price. I'm thinking, yeah, every single thing in this store has gone up in price. We're not gonna never eat again.
Right.
You know? Like, oh, that's gone up 20 people can't have that. And I was thinking, well, we're not gonna get it on me. We are gonna get it. This is crazy.
Yeah. Bacon has become also around here, spaghetti sauce. Those are two things that have just skyrocketed. They're like $7, $8 a jar of spaghetti sauce, $7, $8 for a package of bacon. So those are two things. Every time I'm in the supermarket, I just go buy those sections, even if I don't need it then, just to see if they're on sale. Because whenever I see a package for bacon on sale for $4, I'm scooping up a whole handful, half a dozen.
Yeah, thank God for my wife, because she always bargain shops, right? When we go to the grocery store. You know what gets me is a can of soup is like almost $2. A can of freaking tomato soup, which should be the cheapest thing on the shelf, honestly.
Right?
You know, and you're almost paying $2 for a can of soup, one can of soup. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I'm with you, sister.
Yeah. You go.
Gareth,
you go.
Gareth, don't eat that whole package, but in the first 15 minutes, dude.
I only one.
This will be gone. This will be gone by the end of the episode.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's catch up here a little bit. Fred, hi guys. Sorry I can't stay long, but wanted to show my support. I love jelly donuts. All right, thanks for coming, Fred.
Hi, Fred.
Thank you.
Alan's here from Big Hard Books and Classics. Hey, Alan.
Hey, Alan.
Greg, donuts with bacon on top.
Sweet and savory together.
Wow.
These new donut shops, it's just an excuse to raise the price of a donut. All these gourmet donut shops out there now.
Yeah.
$5 for a donut.
Yeah.
Just because they put a bit of bacon crumble on the top.
Yeah. I don't know. That doesn't sound good. Did I tell my chocolate bacon story? I probably told that story, but yeah, it was chocolate covered bacon. And like the two of us, when we walked by and we saw it in the window, we're like, oh my God, chocolate covered bacon. Like we thought, how could that not be delicious? It's two delicious things together, right? It was awful. We couldn't even finish it. It was so disgusting.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, some things just don't go together. You ever had chocolate covered bacon?
I have. I loved it.
Really?
Yeah. That salt and the chocolate is just awesome. So good.
I've had
it. Have you, Gareth?
No, but I've had a Mars bar in batter, which is savory and sweet together. That's weird. It's a nice weird, but it's definitely weird.
Yeah, you don't want too many of them.
Like in a deep fryer, like fried Mars bar?
Deep fried Mars bar, yeah.
That actually sounds pretty decent. So I don't know, bacon on donuts. I'm not sure about that. Daniel's here. Hey, Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Donut and
bacon,
Greg, salty and sweet.
Yeah, that's the appeal, man. Yeah, chocolate and salt is the best thing.
Favorite Girl Scout.
Actually, yeah, I've got salt on these. Actually, what am I about? This is. Oh no, it's just straight chocolate. You can get salted caramel hobnobs as well.
Oh, I love salted caramel. Is like one of my favorite flavors.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have to look for these because MJ had them, huh?
You got to have hobnobs. It's the crumbly oaty thing.
I mean, she gets them here in the U.S.
Yeah. So she said she's down where she is. There's not masses of British biscuits, but there is hobnobs and jammy Dodgers and something else. I can't remember what it was.
I'm curious, Dave. Down in the States, do they have like British stores, like British candy stores and British, like we have all kinds of them up here where you can go and just buy British products? Do you have them down in the States?
I mean, I'm not always the most observant person, so I'm sure we do, but I don't recall seeing British shops, But America is so infatuated with America, that I don't think we really have a lot of things like that, unless you go to like Epcot and Disney World, but then you can go visit every country, But
Yeah,
you can get
or Las
Canadian
Vegas.
food and
You go to Las Vegas and do the same thing.
But then I guess Canada's linked to us anyway, isn't it? Because it's a Commonwealth country, and
Mm.
so I suppose that might
Yeah.
be a part of it.
Yeah,
And
could be.
you've got a national health service, haven't you? You've got
Yeah,
a good health service.
we've got medical aid. Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, even that nowadays is getting to be like a two-tiered health system thing. So, I mean, God knows what it's going to be like in another 20 years. You
Yeah.
know, always those who have get better treatment, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah,
absolutely.
I can't complain about it.
Probably has something to do with everybody's. Have you ever been to Canada, Gareth?
No, and my sister lives there now. She lives in Winnipeg.
Okay.
And I did say to myself, once I've been to America a few times, I wanted to go to Canada. But I can't afford to go on holidays that often. So yeah, we're going to New Orleans this year. And the next year we're going to New York. And I reckon after that I'll go to Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, people up there are so. I've been there a bunch of times, obviously, because it's right next door to us, and I've even had to go up there for work a bunch of times, And we had a client up there. I was back and forth a fair bit. So, man, the people up there are just. It's a more relaxed way of life, and the people are just so much more pleasant, at least compared to the part of the U.S. that I'm in, which is the
Really?
Northeast.
Oh,
Yeah, I always found everybody like super, super friendly when I was
well,
up there, and I wasn't in rural areas,
we're known to be very
but
polite people,
yeah,
apparently. But when I went down to the States years ago, I was like 21 or something. I went down with a couple friends, and I went with my family and the kids when they were little too. But everybody was friendly. We drove down to Florida to go to
yeah,
Walt Disney World, and
yeah,
everybody we met was like very pleasant, and I didn't have any problems with anybody going down to the States. But that was
yeah,
gone. That was decades ago. That was quite a
yeah,
while back. You know.
yeah. It also depends where you are, I guess. Like Florida, people are going to be a little friendlier. Like, I'm in the Northeast. I'm in Connecticut,
Okay.
and I'm originally from New Jersey. And this area, like New York, New Jersey, people are just like often not that. There's just too many people that are highly stressed in too small of an area, and it's not. People are very different than if you were to, go visit somebody out in Nebraska, where everybody's got a much more calm way of life out there. Generally, a little more cordial.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me.
Things are changing
So.
though.
We got to answer this. Do you guys have Girl Scout cookies?
we've got
In
Girl
Canada?
Scouts, we've got cookies, but I've never seen them together.
Okay, so you have
We
Girl Scouts in UK, but they don't sell cookies.
They don't sell cookies. So what? Girl Scouts go to your house selling cookies?
Yeah.
well,
Do you have this, Jim?
yeah, we do, but I don't think they come house to house anymore like they used to.
Ah,
You know,
okay.
but yes, we do, and they do sell cookies. Like when my kids were little, my guys were in the Scouts, and we would stand outside stores selling apples and stuff. And I'm not even sure they do that anymore. You know,
Yeah.
So
but
they're
yes,
homemade cookies, right? Homemade.
No.
don't
No?
It's a total racket. This thing. So
oh, but they're
I
good though.
think. Sorry,
They're good though. The
they are
chocolate
good though.
covered mint cookies, the chocolate covered mint cookies are
Yeah. Yeah.
oh my god, they're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody not in the U.S., we have a lot of the little girls in this country join the Girl Scouts, and they do things. They do have, like activities. They get together and they do crafts and philanthropic activities and stuff. But I really believe the driving force and all the money behind the Girl Scouts is their Girl Scout cookie program, which is every year every girl in the Girl Scouts has to go out door to door and sell boxes of Girl Scout cookies. And you order them, and then like a month later, or
Weird
something.
initiation ceremony.
Sorry.
Some sort of weird initiation ceremony.
Yeah. And then there's a competition and everything, and it's like my girls did Girl Scouts, and it was like I used to try to help them a lot in the beginning, like because they like I was in a pretty large office at one point, and like that I sent an email around that day, like anybody wants, and I literally sold like 200 boxes of Girl Scout cookies inside of a couple of hours. Everybody needs a source. That's the thing. Everybody needs a source of Girl Scout cookies. So you gotta know somebody, like who's got that daughter that's still young enough that they're in the Scouts. But
So
man,
you're saying your daughters were dealers?
they were what?
You're saying your daughters were dealers?
Basically,
Right?
That's what these things are.
Smart.
They're so addictive. They're so expensive, and I got like so like just depressed and like stopped helping out with the thing once I found out like these things are up to like $5 a box now. They're not huge boxes of cookies.
It's a gateway, isn't it, to harder stuff. You start with cookies, when you start selling other stuff. It's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
But oh my God, the poor Girl Scout troops get like such a small little portion of it. It's like the Girl Scouts of America like make so much money off of these Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, and one difference is they're not called Girl Scouts over here as well. They're called Girl Guides.
Girl Guides, okay.
Well, the official name here is Girl Guides too.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's that whole Commonwealth thing.
And you guys have, probably. You guys have Cubs and Scouts.
Yeah, Cubs and Scouts. Yeah. I actually mentioned that for the first time that I was a Cub and a Scout when I did my video about Star Wars and the novelization thing. I mentioned that I read a lot of novelizations when I was at Scout camp.
And I remember.
But yeah,
and before Cubs, there's Beavers. You have that?
Yeah. We don't have that. I think Cubs is the youngest one. Yeah, because stuff started pretty young over here, so I don't know if that's.
Beavers.
But yeah, I've heard of the beaver thing.
That sounds like a Canadian thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it is. Beaver Scouts, and they were just young. Then, like I forget the ages. God, my kids were in it, but 3 to 5, and then it was Cubs, and then on to Scouts.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't even know what a beaver is. So.
I think we just have Cub and Scouts here. No, sorry, Olive needs to pick me up here. Okay, so let's get through some of the favorite Girl Scout.
I just managed to say beaver 3 times without any sort of innuendo, which is fantastic. Well done, guys.
Yeah. It's a Canadian in me.
Well, I'm English, so there should be a lot of innuendo. We love that, don't we?
So that has double meaning in all of our countries, I guess.
Probably, yeah. I've never seen a beaver before.
You can count on some consistency, right? Yeah, Greg, Samoas are good. I don't know. That's close with Thin Mints. Jim ate.
No.
Alan says Jim ate all his cookies.
I still have lots left. I got another box here, Alan.
Yeah, Dave, why aren't you eating biscuits? What's going on?
You want to know something? I was actually going to get biscuits for tonight, and I actually went because I was going to be time crunch. Because for me, I'm starting the shows a lot earlier, so I specifically went to the supermarket before work in order to get a couple necessities and to get biscuits, and I had to get some things like for the coffee and girls' lunch and stuff. And which I never do. I brought my bag of groceries to the office. I went on the way to work, and I totally forgot about the biscuits. I went and I got all the other stuff, and I totally forgot to get the biscuits. And then I forgot the bag at work anyway. So
I'm just amazed that Gareth has us calling them biscuits now instead of cookies.
I know.
I call them biscuits.
I know. It's awesome, isn't it? I'll get you putting U's into different words soon.
Oh, we do
love
that.
We were talking about that. We were talking about that the last time, I think, because we all talk with each other so much now that I talk to so many people from the UK that I've adopted words that I never used before BookTube. Like the one that comes to mind is I'm always saying fancy now. Like I fancy that or whatever. You know what I mean? I never use that word. I'm like, look, it comes out of my mouth and I'm like, what?
I
where
tell
did
you what,
that come from?
if you start saying that you think something's well good, then I'll know that I've penetrated your brain. If you go, that's well
I don't
good.
know. I don't know if I could
Well,
do that one. That's like screams grammatically incorrect in my mind. So
well, I'm saying, isn't it at the end of everything I say now when I talk to my wife, isn't it?
yeah,
Isn't it?
is that? But is that a UK thing or a Gareth thing?
Yeah, yeah,
That's the UK thing, right?
Is it?
yeah, yeah,
Must be.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, and some teenagers, they don't hardly say anything, just say in it at the end of it. They go like, I don't know, they'll say, where are you going in it? Doesn't even make any sense, but they'll do that.
The wee Neds, they're like that everywhere.
Chip nut.
Jess is interested in your chip nuts.
Hey, there we go. The innuendo's back.
Yep.
All right.
From their salt.
Are those a mainstay of yours, Jim?
Every now and then, yeah. Actually, our
Okay.
son got them for us. He was at Picard's the other day, and he picked us up a couple bags. But anytime we go buy them. There's a few of those stores around. We'll pick some up. They're really good.
Is Picard's like a common grocery store up there or something?
No, it's just this is what they specialize in. You know, like goodies like candies and chip nuts and stuff like that. It's a peanut farm. It's kind of a peanut farm, and they've opened up these stores that they have around called Picard's, and this is the kind of stuff they do. Yeah,
chip
really
nuts,
good.
nut flavored chips or chip flavored nuts.
They're peanuts covered in potato chips, crisps.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, what a combo that is.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
so fix
that's awesome. Somewhere I've got have I got them near here?
And they have all kinds of flavors, like tons of flavors. You know, they got plain and hot, and this is sea salt and lime. I got ranch, and there's tons of different types of them. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm laughing about the fact that we might actually be able to sustain this, and literally every single episode we'll talk about food for ages.
I mean, yeah, we're a half hour in, but people don't seem to mind though. I think like
Brilliant.
I actually don't get sick of it, so I guess the other 22 people aren't sick of it either.
It's a natural conversation.
I don't know, guys, tell us if you get sick of the biscuit talk, but otherwise,
stop talking about food.
So Daniel wishes he had some speculoos cookies. Those are my favorite in general. I dislike Girl Scout cookies.
Speculoos?
Didn't you just have those in one of the other shows? That wasn't you, Gareth?
Me, speculoos? I've never heard of speculoos.
Maybe MJ.
Yeah, maybe.
Time Travel reads, I may not stay for a long time, but I want to say hi. Hey, hello.
Hello. Time Travel reads, I don't think I know your name, and you've made a few comments on my video. So hello and thank you, and cool, get to know you.
Yeah.
Hi, Tam. Time Travel reads. Yeah, I don't recognize you, but hello.
Yeah, let us know your name, Time Travel reads.
Yeah.
Sexy voice. That's right. He has a sexy voice.
Oh, all three. Come on. We're in competition here.
I have not got a sexy voice, Jim. I really appreciate that, mate, but my voice is not sexy.
Oh boy. I bet Jim can belt out a good sea shanty.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Well, all right. We're getting way behind. We got to catch up here. Can someone toss me cookie? I'm getting jelly over here. I want some. Dave, throw it very far. I might be able to catch it. Tahini is Middle Eastern. That's how far behind we are. It's a sesame butter kind of thing.
Oh,
somewhere between sweet and savory.
Huh. Nice.
That sounds good. I'm gonna have to be a lookout for those. I gotta write that down.
Yeah.
Well, butter always makes everything better, doesn't it?
Tahini.
Although I never say butter, I always say butter.
That's true. You do always say butter.
Butter.
In Canada, bacon is just bacon. Pea meal bacon is fancier. Oh, that's the ketchup. Voodoo donuts here. I don't know what voodoo donuts are. What are those, Alan?
I think they're haunted donuts.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
How much are eggs? Eggs, they're fairly reasonable, actually. They're reasonable because I mean, there's so many farms in this area, so things are kept fairly fairly decent egg wise. Yeah.
Okay.
Like we'll buy a flat of 18 eggs, and I don't know the price offhand, but it's reasonable. It's not that expensive at all for eggs, which is
I like to lay
thank
my
God for that.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You like what? Say that again.
to lay my own eggs.
Oh, they said lay your own.
Yeah.
This is what happens when he has too many biscuits, and he gets a sugar rush to the head.
I have little Jamaican rum cakes in the other room. They're actually real alcohol in them.
Did you
That
lay
sounds
them?
good.
Oh, they're awesome. So good. We have a store
That
here
sounds good.
called Denninger's, and they have all this exotic, international stuff. But yeah, you could get
Jess
drunk on
wants to
those.
know. Maybe that's the answer to this question. Jess says, "What do you like to drink with them treats?"
Yeah.
You had it all in one there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Well,
what do you
I've
guys, Jim? What do you like to drink with your treats, Jim? If they don't already have rum.
Oh, I don't know. I had a shot of whiskey before I started this. I felt I need a little bottle of courage to deal with you guys.
Fair enough.
Nothing specific. I like coffee. I like coffee with my biscuits. You know.
Me too.
Yeah.
You too, Gary?
Well, I actually sometimes do have coffee, so I feel like it's like a tribute to America when I do that. But yeah, I drink tea almost all the time.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
Right. Tea and
I drink a lot of tea, and I'm not
Oh.
supposed to drink as much tea as I drink.
I don't think I ever told you this, but one of my first videos ever, we were only like a couple months in, and I was only doing one video a month at that point. Like I didn't really understand BookTube yet.
Yeah.
Olive and I had a British books month, where we read four UK books that month, and so we had tea and biscuits in the video.
Nice.
Olive made away with a few biscuits, but
Did you have crumpets?
No. We just had little biscuits that she
Little
kept stealing. I don't know that I've ever had crumpets.
I don't even know what a crumpet is.
Oh, it's really difficult to describe. Well, unless you're an expert. But it's like what is it like? You toast them. You toast crumpets.
Mm-hmm.
With the holes,
like
the holes in them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's got a tangy
we have
taste, isn't it? It's got sort of tangy taste to it.
Yeah.
I like crumpets. Next week is Pancake Day. Over here on Tuesday is Pancake Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have pancakes.
Well, it's unfortunate this show's fortnightly then.
That was annually. That is for some literally. We'll have pancakes, and that's the only time of the year we'll have them. And it's like the ingredients are available all year, but we're like, Pancake Day. We'll have some pancakes. Yeah,
My wife
but they're not like pancakes.
All the time she makes pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a little tired of them.
That makes sense. If there was like a biscuit day, I'd never just stick it to one day. Can you imagine if there was a biscuit day?
Oh my
It'd be
God.
terrible.
Oh,
You would kill yourself. You'd end up going into shock probably.
yeah.
So Greg is saying grocery prices are corporate profit taking blame on inflation.
Oh yeah, they're freaking crooks,
inflation.
Greg. Yeah. Awful.
Dollar Tree grocery haul coming up for the crazy prices. What about the yummy plate chicken and waffles combo? Chicken and waffles. You guys see that's like more of a.
That's an American thing. I've never had chicken and waffles, but people from the States go on and on about that chicken and waffle. I can't picture that at all.
That sounds like that's what's left in your cupboard. Do you know what I mean? I'll stick those together. That'd be a laugh.
Yeah, we'll do some chicken and waffles. That's all we got left.
Yeah. You can find chicken and waffle stuff around here, but it's mostly actually a southern U.S. state thing, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They
go to a meeting, but shall return. I don't. Sorry.
They have
say again,
grits, too, on the way down. I'm going down to Florida, like grits. I'd never tried grits, and grits is
Yeah,
like a Southern American thing, I
that's a
think,
southern
right?
thing too. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I've only had them once myself, actually.
really.
Yeah, I don't get down south too much, except when I'm going to Disney World.
Oh,
The
Um,
word grits makes it sound like you're eating gravel from the road to me.
yeah, doesn't it though? Yeah,
Daniel says I snack so much every fortnight now, right? We're a bad influence on people.
Yeah.
Time Travel Reed says there's a Scottish store in Salt Lake City. Oh, interesting. Salt Lake
nice.
City is in the U.S. state of Utah, whoever doesn't know. We have a British food store about 40 miles from me, Scott says. A few that are Western European as well. Oh, cool. That's cool. Do you go there much, Scott? Oh, there she is. Three of my favorite fellas. Hello,
Oh,
everyone.
hey,
Did you
MJ.
bring your biscuits, MJ? Pat's
We,
saying hello to MJ. There is a British shop 15 minutes from me in New Jersey, and Wegman grocery stores have a very big international area. Lots of different foods to try. Love it. Huh. I wonder where in Jersey that is. Beth may not want to say, but I'd be curious to know because I'm from Jersey, so I've lived in a number of different places in Jersey. I spent the first 20 years of my life down there, so 20 something.
okay, the important question though is, as MJ brought her jammy Dodgers.
Mm.
MJ, did you bring your jammy Dodgers? Saying hi. Daniel says, when I moved from New York to Ohio, I marveled at how much more friendly people were. Yeah, because we were talking about that
Oh,
before. Yeah, it's very different from New York, and if you head further out west, you're gonna discover people have a very different temperament. I don't mean to say everybody in New York City is a jerk, but it's just
But
I'm
just most
having a
of them.
Jamie Dodger with a. You said wait, what? Jammer Dodger or Jammy Dodger?
Jamie Dodger. Yeah,
Jammy
yeah. I
Dodger
think she meant to put two M's, I reckon.
with Jammy Dodger with a cup of
And
coffee.
unless she's got a friend round, Jamie, who's coming round to have coffee with her.
Oh, Gareth, I sense a care package happening. The Hubs already has a list of things he wants to send over.
Awesome. I need a
Thin
care
Mints are my
package in
favorite.
general.
So Thin
yeah,
Mints are Scott's favorite. Girl Scout cookie. Those are my
yeah,
favorite too.
the mint cookies are good. Yeah.
My buddy made for Christmas time. He discovered a Thin Mint drink, an alcoholic drink.
Oh,
It's pretty alcoholic. There's a lot of alcohol in this, but when you're done, it tastes just like a Thin Mint. It was amazing. I
really?
had quite a few of those in the holidays.
Oh, they'd go down easy, wouldn't they?
They sure do.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah,
type of drink that's dangerous, right?
yeah. Those are the ones you got to watch out for.
Thin Mint cookies are my favorite. Time Travel Reed says. MJ says the trick is to buy the cookies and stash them in the freezer until summer and enjoy them frozen. So stinking good. Yep.
Frozen biscuits.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just having a laugh. He's just testing me to see if I believe her.
Please hit the like button. Yes, thank you, MJ.
Frozen biscuits.
All right, Greg's running to dinner. Thanks for probably long gone, but thanks for coming, Greg.
See you,
Kelly,
Greg.
I don't know if the Americans are based off Lord Baden-Powell's program, hence the Girl Scout brownies, guides, etc.
Yeah, Baden
Right?
Powell invented the scouts, didn't he?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And he was English.
Okay.
It was like it was originally a Christian thing. I mean, I went the scouts that I went to and clubs that I went to. What did have an element of that, but it wasn't really stressed as a Christian thing.
Yeah.
Right.
There was
Me
a little
too.
bit at the beginning. I think there was a prayer at one point, but other than that, I think it was run by atheists. My particular scout group.
Huh.
But yeah, originally that's what Baden Powell was about, wasn't it?
Okay. All right, MJ, I've got a cup of coffee and I had two hobnobs. Ooh.
I've had about 5.
Did your husband find the hobnob stash, MJ? Open cards. I have been there just outside London. Okay. They make the best sugar-free black licorice. Have you had that, Jim? Pick that up at Picard's?
Not at Picard's, but I've had that.
Okay. Oh, Brian's here. Hello.
Brian's here. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Biscuit Rage.
Cat's
Yeah.
here. Hello. Hey, Cat.
Hi, Cat.
You're all making me hungry, but I'm having after work snuggles with one of the kitties, and the pups would take us out if snacks were in reach. That's my wife always says that. Like when we're sitting there eating, she eats like a lot of chips and stuff like that. And she'll be sitting there and she just looks at the dogs. The two dogs are just like, they're just like sitting there like this, just like staring at her. And she literally says that to them. She's like, you take all the fun out of snacking.
Yeah.
All right, let's catch up. So we're going to talk about some of Jim's stuff here. Okay, sorry, I find live shows annoying. I'll be back for your not live shows. Okay, Cheryl. Thanks for coming in, though.
She's not a biscuit fan.
Coming in.
Here, well, a lot of people are not live stream fans. It's different.
I mean, there's a lot more waffle in there. Let's face it.
Yeah, exactly.
We will be talking some bollocks. Absolutely. It's got to be said.
Sound like MJ rationed her husband, the hobnob. He doesn't have access. Rage Biscuit is in the house. Yeah, yes, he is. You have acquired some jammy Dodgers, MJ.
My wife just got home. I gotta hide the biscuits.
Oh, is that because she'll eat them? Is that what it is?
Yeah, or no, she'll take them off me because she doesn't want me eating them all. I got 2 packages to get through.
With the biscuits.
Brian says chicken and waffles is soul food.
Like one on each side, like Lady and the Tramp eating a biscuit together.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd want a longer biscuit for that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So Brian says chicken and waffles is soul food. This is big in Texas, right?
Yeah, that's just weird to me.
Miss Uri says Miss America wants an official stop at a local IHOP on Pancake Day. It's a choice. I like pancakes. I do like pancakes. We're more of a Belgian waffles crowd in this house, but
oh yeah,
yeah, I like waffles too.
You big on waffles?
Well, you can have potato waffles, which is savoury, and you can have like sweet waffles as well. And I don't really like potato waffles much. I'd rather have chips, but I like sweet waffles, like when there's sugar on it and stuff.
I was in Brussels a couple of years ago, and they had those, I forget what they called them, but everywhere. Like you couldn't go 3 steps without there was ice cream on waffles. Instead of we have ice cream cones here, but these were like on full-fledged waffles that we have. We don't have those here.
Yeah.
You guys know what French toast is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Love French toast.
Yeah. French toast good. Cool. All right, let's catch up here. Kelly to the third power hugs. They're still saying hi. It's blasphemy, but I'm Southern, not a fan of grits. Ooh. Grits are great when the cook knows grits. It's one of those things. Maybe you have to cook them right. Bookish. I'm having a jammy next. Then I'm done. Brian, absolutely right, Brian. I have all the biscuits. Right, just trying to catch up here.
Yeah.
Mount Laurel, 20 minutes outside Philadelphia. Okay. All right, so that's the western side of Jersey. You're giving us East Coasters a bad rap. Sorry. We're friendly except while driving. That's true. That's when Northeasterners are at their worst when they're driving.
They turn into Mr. Wheeler.
It just get it. Road rage can be insane. I've never heard of frozen cookies, but frozen candy bars are the best. Yeah, you ever do that? You guys ever do that? Put the candy bars in the freezer?
Yeah, I eat them.
You what?
You what?
If I put it in the freezer, that means I haven't eaten them, so I eat them.
Oh, okay. They never make it that far.
They don't last long enough.
That requires planning ahead, which doesn't happen with sweets and carrots. So, I
bought. I think I can say. I don't think my wife watches this. I bought a packet of fudge, and I was going to spend the whole week eating it really slowly. And I think it lasted about 3 hours.
She's watching from the other room, and he's going to be like,
"Wow, he's going to come in a minute."
You can't stop once you start. You know.
It didn't used to matter, but you know, I've got to take my insulin and stuff.
Ah,
Yes, frozen
There you
chocolate.
go.
Never...
You've got to enjoy life,
yeah.
even if you make it shorter by enjoying it.
You only live once.
Oops.
Yeah, exactly.
Come here. You okay?
Are we at the
Here.
end of the things yet? No, we're not, are we?
No, we're just about there. Who did Lord Dave sacrifice and bleed tonight? The goblet's cool. Thank you, Scott. Yeah. Everybody see my little goblet? One of my
Yeah,
buds
so-
gave that to me as a birthday gift. So I like it because you can never tell what's in it. Okay. Erie says, Dave, I don't know if there is a cost plus world market near you. There are a couple in CT. They have a lot of international foods. Huh. I'll have to look. I haven't heard of one of those. William's here.
Hi,
Hey,
William.
William. Saying hi. Yes, MJ
Hey, William.
frozen thin mints are the best. 100%. We're almost there. I'm almost there. Hey, you got to go, fellas. Cheers. All right. See you, Brian. Bye, Rage. You make fun of me for freezing cookies and not candy bars.
What?
That's not normal. Frozen cookies are for crumbling on ice cream. Frozen Oreos are good on ice cream. That is true. Good evening, everyone. Hey,
Hello.
Margaret's here. Hey, Margaret. All right,
Hi, Margaret.
we are caught up.
Nice.
Can I just say, we'll talk about our themes for the week in a minute, but I've got to say, my Thursdays are so manic. So, as you know, I'm a teacher. So, I finish at the college at 4, and then at 6 o'clock, I've got an evening job on a Thursday now, where it's like this music charity thing. That finishes at 9, and then I get back here, and every other week we're doing this. And I haven't had my dinner yet. I was like nearly midnight, and I'm going to eat my dinner after we've done this.
Oh boy. Wow.
I don't want to not have it.
I think
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think you've probably eaten enough biscuits to tide you over until your
No,
late
but my
dinner.
dinner isn't biscuits, so I'm trying to eat something useful as well. But yeah,
You can go grab your dinner. Nobody will mind. You can bring it on.
No, I'll do that.
What's for dinner? What's for dinner, Garrett?
So my wife works in a school in the kitchen, and she did a special thing for the kids today, which was like Chinese New Year.
Oh yeah.
So she brought a bunch of Chinese food back, and it's all going to go in the microwave. And so I don't want to waste that. Sounds cool. So I'll be eating that.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet it's good.
You already have your dinner tonight, Jim?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I ate earlier. I ate at about 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll
Was it
probably
like a
have
dinner
something
dinner?
after we're done. I'll have something.
Celebrate Chinese New Year. Get a Chinese takeaway.
Yeah.
Am I prolonging the chat marathon? Evil laughter. Only the food. Only the food portion of it.
We need to timestamp these live streams, don't we?
Saying hi,
Food.
Alan.
Come
Non-food.
for the
Hey,
book, stay for the food.
Where's Ralph? Is he there?
Ralph right next to me.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what, I've got come here, Ralph. He was like literally asleep. You're right. That's Ralph. You're right.
Ralph.
See Ralph? Look at Ralph there.
We were a bit worried about his brother. Did I tell you about this last time that we took him to the vet?
I think so. Yeah.
Because he lost a kilo in weight, and they're only little dogs. Yeah, so
Right.
quite a lot. But he's just been really weird lately. Ralph's all right, but he's I'll put it down again. But but his brother Chico is just sort of whimpering a lot at night, and obviously they can't tell you what's up, and it's just and he's just looking more and more. He's like last couple of months, he's just aged so much in his appearance.
Oh no.
So, yeah, I'm a little worried. I'm a lot worried about him. So yeah.
No idea what's going on.
Well, the vet said he was fine. So she said that because he'd lost a lot of hair on his back, and then she gave us this shampoo and said, if you wash him with this, the hair will go back and it's all fine. There's nothing wrong with him. He's not got fleas or whatever. So it seemed okay, but he's just really behaving weirdly at night.
Has there been any like changes in his life out of his routine or anything like that? Because sometimes that'll affect them too, right?
Yeah, not
You know?
really.
No.
Can't think of anything different. No.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a bit.
Well, I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
That's always tough. It's like so because they can't tell you what they're feeling. So like they can't say it's in my stomach or whatever. It's
Yeah.
it's frustrating.
How old is he, Gareth? How old is he?
They're 15.
Oh, 15?
Yeah, so in May he'll be 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope he feels better.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, it'd be a shame if every single live stream going, still worried about my dog. But he'll be, it'll be all right. But yeah, there's just
Does Ralph give him a lot of attention when he's not feeling good?
Nah, Ralph don't give a shit.
No.
No, actually, saying that, if anything did happen to Chico, I don't know what he'll do because they don't like being separated. If we ever took them out for a walk separately, the other one starts proper moaning, and if we have to, when we have to take one of them to the vet, they're like really, really like crying like mad because they've been separated. It's so weird. So I don't. He'll be very happy if something did happen to Chico.
Yeah.
So.
Lunar New Year. I don't know. What's that a reference to?
Lunar New Year. So I did mention the Chinese New Year.
Chinese food? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Becky made chicken pot pie. I had chicken pot pie last night. Love chicken pot pie. Chinese food, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm trying hard to keep up with the weekly cookie chat. It is really on track for a cookie.
I came prepared.
That is awesome. Look at
that. That's the best comment tonight, Kelly. All right, so should we actually, since we have the star here, maybe ask him a couple of questions?
Yeah, talk about your channel first, Jim.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean it's called Mystery and Mayhem, and it's it's all about mystery fiction, but I mean I focus on pretty much a bit of everything. I mean, I could have easily have done like a fantasy channel or something, but I mean Michael K. Vaughan's kind of cornered the market on that kind of thing. But you know what? I didn't see a lot of stuff on YouTube about vintage mystery. Raymond Chandler and Agatha Christie and all those old vintage paperbacks and stuff. So yeah, that's why I figured I'd do my channel on that kind of stuff. It seems to be working okay. I think I just hit like 800 subscribers, I think, the other day. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
Because you've been doing it for a year yet? Have you been doing it for a year?
I started beginning of September 2023.
So not even a year. 800 subs in like what 9 months is brilliant.
Yeah.
Look, not to belittle your content, Jim, but I mean it's the voice. It's the
voice. It's the voice.
I'm just kidding. I love watching your channel. I love watching your channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
That was money. That was money well spent, Jim, when you bought that filter for your voice.
Yeah. Yeah, I got all my groupies on there. They're not there. My wife's going to say something.
Oh, really? Ahead.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Mrs. Mystery and Mayhem.
Awesome.
I'm mostly mayhem.
She's mostly mayhem.
So that makes you brilliant. Mystery, huh?
Yeah.
Mystery.
You wouldn't have to be, if you wouldn't want her to be mostly mystery, like wondering where the hell she's gone, that'd be a bit crap, wouldn't
it? Yeah. If she was to go.
If she was to go.
Yeah, sorry, you said if she was to go, then it would just be mystery.
Well, if it was if it was mostly mystery, that wouldn't be good, wondering what she's doing.
Yeah, well, she's the mayhem. She's the mayhem.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, that was great seeing her on camera. It's brilliant when, you talk about your other half and then there she is. Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
My other Yeah,
Sorry,
Joe.
go ahead, Dave. I was just going to say
No,
I've been wanting to do a video with her, actually, like a book tag or something, and I want to do one together with her, but I haven't got around to it yet.
That'd
So
be
probably,
awesome.
Wait, but
yeah.
has she agreed? She's agreed?
Oh, she wants to.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
See,
She says sure she does. But pardon?
my wife says never, absolutely not. And
Really?
meanwhile, Gareth's wife gets saucy with him on camera. You know, it's like
Oh,
two
I
ends,
think
two ends of the spectrum.
I missed that. I missed that one.
I know sometimes the video's been pulled down. Very racy.
Yeah,
Well,
but yeah,
it's
anybody that
cool.
yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
It's cool. Like we watch Roy Reads Anything, and I love his channel because he's got
Yeah.
the interaction with Dr. Jenny, and I love that.
Yeah.
It just works so well. You know.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I've been looking forward to that shit. To that, I'll look forward to that video because I enjoy seeing that when somebody's wife or husband comes on, and it's. I mean, some people like Scott. I don't know if Scott's still here. You know, like they're doing it. Scott and Becky do it regularly. You know, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
share the channel, don't they? That's great.
But
Yeah.
I always like those episodes where somebody's usually solo, but then they bring on their significant other. You know, those are always fun to see. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so
Well,
it'll never be for me.
you've got
Go
Olive.
ahead.
You've got
I've
Olive.
got all. That's right. That's all I
Yeah.
need, right? You're all I need, Bubs. Or I'm all you need, right? Because you're the star.
And she's so well behaved. She just looks up
Yeah.
at you with love in her eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, your channel's doing great because anybody that doesn't know Jim's channel yet, definitely go subscribe. You won't regret it. I mean, you took me a lot longer to get to the point where you're at, so that's obviously people are enjoying your content. You know.
Took me ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be speeding ahead of us in a month's time, I reckon.
Well, I have a feeling it'll probably flatten out. Like I don't understand it, but I mean, because I hum and haw. I get on there. I don't know what the hell I'm saying half the time. I just show books. I just hold up one book after another, and it seems to work.
Unlike you and me, Gareth, who are finely polished operations, where
Yeah.
But I wanted to. Sorry.
You guys have great channels. You got great channels.
I wanted to ask you, and I know Gareth is like super interested in this. I wanted to ask you basically, I wanted to ask you everything about your cartooning because I only just looked actually at a comic strip that you have ongoing, which looks awesome. I only read a couple strips so far. I'm gonna be reading the whole thing this week because it looks pretty cool. But like, how did you get the start? I guess first, how did you get into cartooning?
Oh God! I mean, I've drawn all my life. I mean, just reading comic books. I've been a comic book guy from way back. And you just, I mean, when you're a kid, you just want to copy all the pictures and draw superheroes and all kinds of stuff. So it just kind of come naturally for me over the years. And finally, I just decided, okay, I got a book about web comics, and it I read it, and it took you step by step how to start like a website and get your comic online. And I said, okay, I'm gonna do this. And so I just kind of put it up, and I think, God, how many? I don't even know how many strips I have up. I got quite a few now.
I think it was like over 100, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But I haven't done any for over a year now. I've got to. It's my bad. I got to get back into it and start posting again. I've had a whole bunch of other stuff going on, and I really haven't been able to focus on that. And it's just fun. I mean, it's not high literature or anything, but it's a fantasy comic and a cosplay and all that's in there, and it's just more of an excuse for me to practice my drawing skills. It's not so much about the story, but the story has kind of elements that I think is kind of cool too.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun with it. Like I said, I got to get back to it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love what you do as well, Jim, and I think there's something really subjective and personal about loving the way someone draws. You know, it's like just you can't describe why you like that style, but it's something about you go, oh, I like that. I like what they do there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, it's such a personal thing. You know, I mean, where one person, will look at something and not like it, and then another person loves it. That's their favorite artist. Yeah, it's a very personal thing. And my stuff on the website kind of runs hot and cold. Like you can almost see the progression. Learning how to draw a comic, and you see the figure drawing kind of get better. Like sometimes I look at some of the strips and I say, man, how the hell did I do that? Like draw a
Yeah.
hand or a fist.
Did you avoid certain like poses because you hadn't learned how to do the arms that way, or like running and stuff like that? Did you like develop that slowly?
I don't think I avoid anything. I use reference a lot. If there's something a pose I want to do and I'm having trouble with it, I've got a whole bunch of pose reference on the computer and that I can refer to. And honestly, when you do that and you're using reference, it's kind of, well, I don't want to say it's easy because not everybody knows how to draw, but for me, it makes it easier using reference. And yeah, that works
Or
well.
I mean, you could always do it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Gareth.
No, go on, Dave.
I was just gonna make a dumb joke, so go ahead.
Go ahead.
Rob Liefeld, right?
Yeah,
You're into really comics, Rob Liefeld. So you could just, if something's hard, you could just pull a Rob Liefeld and like just not draw feet, right? Just
yeah. I can't figure that out, man. Honestly, I the thing that gets me about Liefeld is he hasn't gotten better. He's drawn
right.
He's drawn for years, but you think you would see an improvement in his work, and there's no improvement. He just okay, this is what I do. This is how I'm going to do it. It seems to work, and he doesn't try to get any better. But he was a millionaire. So
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Rob. Who we're talking about, Gareth?
Say again. Yeah, I know.
Talking about Rob Liefeld. Yeah.
Can't draw
I guess
feet worth a
probably
damn.
very short time, right? Just made a ton of money, I guess. But
Yeah. He kind of he was like a quick rise and then even quicker.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing now. He got made.
Yeah, last I checked, I think he was doing some projects for Marvel again. But
is that right?
I mean, probably that was probably a couple years ago. The last time I saw that. So,
but good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
I don't begrudge him that at all. I mean, he started doing it and he got his stuff published, and that's what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to jump in with both feet and just do it.
Yeah.
And he didn't let anybody tell him different.
I mean, I'm go on, Dave.
No, go ahead. You go.
I was going to say I'm a bit of a dabbler with cartooning, so obviously I've collected cartoon books all my life, and I used to do cartooning at college, so I used to draw comic strips and stuff to show in the common room to show my friends, and I had this recurring character called Mr. Coat Hanger, which is basically a coat hanger with a moustache. It's ridiculous. It was a ridiculous thing.
That's not ridiculous.
Well, it wasn't very good, but they used to love it. Go, oh, you got another one, Gareth? Let's have a look and all that. And I used to and me and a couple of friends were going to make a comic for the college. We didn't get very far, and also we thought, can we do this every month? And then we kind of just bottled out. But I do. I if I had like a wish of something you'd want to be better at, I wish I was better at the kind of the cartooning style that I do. And one of the things I've always found difficult, I don't know if you relate to this, Jim. You are brilliant at this, so you probably can't relate to it. But the idea of doing the same character and a different angle, and it still looks like the same character.
That's tough. That's a thing. Honestly, that's the thing. And I took animation out of high school. I went to Sheridan College for a year of animation, and we had to do head rotations. So you do your key drawings, front, side, back of the head, and then you did the in between drawing. So you it trained you to draw the features the same. But it's
Yeah.
tough to do, and I struggled with that for years, And if you look at my comic, I mean, she doesn't always look the same, the character,
Right.
But you can still tell it's her. She has the
Yeah.
same features. She's got the hair and so it just doesn't become that important after a while. As long as you get the main features down, and yeah, you can tell that's the character. But it was a struggle for a long time. I think it's a struggle for most artists, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I spent years drawing people with their hands in their pockets.
Yeah. Yeah. I draw them standing in puddles or behind a credenza or something, so I didn't have to draw their feet. Yeah.
That's just saved me half an hour just putting it behind the desk. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, by the way, do you want to...
Go on.
No, I was just going to say, Jim, you wanted to tell people what the web address is in case they want to go check it out.
Oh, it's www.oddlyaroused.com, which refers to nerd culture. It refers to nerd culture, not what you're thinking. But it refers
I love this. Last time you were online on a live stream, you kept saying, "Oh, it doesn't mean what you think it means. It doesn't mean this." It's like you come up with this name and you're really embarrassed by it. Just go with it.
It was kind of a dumb name, but then I'm stuck with it. But you never forget the name.
Yeah.
You won't forget it. It just refers to the things that arouses our passion. Like books and comics and cosplay and geek culture and that kind of thing. That's what it's kind of referring to. So, but it's Thanks for that, Dave. It's www.oddlyaroused.com. So
oddlyaroused.com.
Oddlyaroused.com. So I'll get back to it. I have to start working on it again, and that's my bad. Maybe you guys will just give me the impetus now to get started on it again.
Yeah, more. We want more. We want to be oddly aroused more.
Yes.
But I interrupted you, Gareth. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
I'm just wondering if I've just said that I want to be aroused more oddly.
That works too.
That works. Yeah. So we said there'd be two themes tonight, and obviously we got this far in, and we haven't even tackled one of them properly yet. But we could definitely cover the one that relates to Jim, which we could do the other one later, probably. I don't know. But we thought, as Jim was here, it'd be nice to just talk about illustrators that we love. So I brought a few books down from my cartoonist collection that I thought I could talk about. And some people you definitely know, but there might be some that you don't. And some are obvious because I've gone on about loads on the channel. But did you manage to think about that kind of thing, Dave?
I mean, I should have brought some things over here. I didn't bring them over, but I don't really know much about cartooning. So all I can speak to comic book artists that I love.
Yeah.
Which
same thing. Same thing.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you the ones I love?
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
I tend to like. I am so bad at art. I'm so bad at it, and I'm not educated in it all. So I don't even know what you call this style. But I really like. I'll go grab some of them, a couple later, just to show you. But I like. I always liked the artists that kind of drew more of like the. I don't know how to describe it. More of like the big, exaggerated styles of the superheroes, like the stuff you would see more in DC comics than you would than in the Marvel stuff. Like Marvel, I don't know what it is, but Marvel art always seemed to be like more like kind of like streamlined characters, whereas like the DC stuff seemed to have that sort of. I'll grab one in a minute, whatever. Show you what I'm talking about. But
Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby worked for both DC and Marvel. And he kind of started the Marvel style, but then they started, mistreating him and stuff. He went over to DC, but he has a very, very graphic, wide open, dynamic style. Jack Kirby's is like brilliant in comics. He worked on the Fantastic Four and Captain America. I mean, he worked on everything.
Yeah.
Then he went over to DC. He created the Forever People. He worked on Superman comics. He did all kinds of stuff over there. But he was a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I mean,
and Disney and Marvel have kind of milked him for all he's worth. All the concepts for all the concepts for the Marvel movies. He created with Stan Lee, but I think the impetus was mostly Jack Kirby. But I'm just a layman. I don't know that for certain, but
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying he should have got credit on screen, and they've never really acknowledged him, have they?
No.
Credits.
Yeah. Like the DC artists that I'm talking about, that really, I don't know if the origin of this style came from Kirby or not, but I'm not great with the history of comics. But it's guys like Jim Lee, to me, is one of the best artists in
Jim Lee's
in
awesome.
the comics business.
Yeah.
But there's other guys have similar styles, like Ivan Reis and
Arthur Adams.
Tony Daniel is another one that were, I don't know. I have to go grab it. I'm going to go
Tony Daniel. Tony Daniel. He started out. I never really liked Tony Daniel's work at the beginning, but then he really, really upped his game. He really improved on his artwork, and that was amazing to watch. I just, it's something about his art I didn't like. It was just amateurish and not well done. But man, he really ramped it up, and he's really good now. And that's nice to see.
I think.
Do you want to get the books while Jim talks? Because would you be able to hear Jim if you went and got the books, or would you have to leave the room?
No, I can't. It's okay. I won't hear him, but I'll only be a minute. It's right here.
All right, go on, Jim. Jim, can you talk about the artists that you've liked, and hopefully Dave will only be.
Well, like I said, I'm a comic book guy from way back, so all my favorites are basically pretty much comic book guys. I've got books here beside me, and you might you probably know a lot of comic book artists, I imagine.
I know some of them, yeah. So I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I do recognise the names a lot of the names you just said, and I have got a history of reading comic books. So yeah.
Well, this guy, well, I've got a couple here. I got a few, actually. This guy, I think he's an Italian guy, Jordi Bernay, and he's worked on Jonah Hex. He did Torpedo 36. He's just, I love this style. I mean, this is a style I'd like to be able to draw in. It's just like brush.
Yeah, it's more stylized, isn't it?
Yeah, he's very...
awesome.
Just beautiful artwork.
I can see the influence as well, Jim.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, you do that as an artist. You always have certain artists that you tend to kind of mimic, until you can really find your own style. But and you'll know this guy, Brian Boland.
Brian Boland. Yeah, amazing.
Judge Dredd, and look at that right there.
Yeah, incredible.
Judge
he did the cover of Killing Joke as well, didn't he?
What's that? Kelly Jones, yeah.
He did the cover of Killing Joke. Brian Boland, didn't he?
Killing Joke. He did the art in the Killing Joke. Yeah, and there's a nice cover from Eagle Comics, 2000 AD. His stuff is incredible. He did Camelot 3000 back in the day, miniseries.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I love black and white artwork. I mean, it's my favorite. I mean, I like, color, but, you can't hide behind color with black and white artwork,
Yeah. One of my favorite T-shirts I've got is a Brian Boland T-shirt. So it's it comes from Forbidden Planet. We might have heard us talk about Forbidden Planet. It's a really great comic and science fiction shop. And they did they clearly commissioned him to do a T-shirt, which was like a weird. It was actually not a T-shirt first. It was their main bag that you bought. They put it, Forbidden Planet bag, was like these characters that he'd invented, and then it said something like weird people like us shop at Forbidden Planet or something like that, and it's like they're really cool creatures that he drew on it. And
I think it
and they
might
made,
be.
they made
I think it's in this book actually,
oh, is it?
because there was a Forbidden Planet thing in here. Like I'd have to go through the whole damn thing now,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was in this book.
yeah. So
the
they
design.
redid the T-shirt because I remember those bags were like when I first went there when I was a teenager. When I first that was a long time ago, but they've just made T-shirts of that image. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I went to a comic shop in Toronto when I was a kid called the Silver Snail, and they did the same thing. They'd commission an artist to do T-shirts and the bags, and the design would be everywhere on the letterhead and the newsletters. And
Yeah.
that was an awesome comic shop back in the day.
Silver Snail.
The Silver Snail, yeah, yep.
That's cool.
That's going back a ways.
Yeah. So David, did you get your books?
I did, yeah. I was just trying to see. We're gonna have to catch up on the chat. We're pretty far behind.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, well, to be fair, Jim, you could tell him the people you just mentioned. Brian Bolland was one of them, Dave.
Brian Bolland and Jordy Bernay.
Okay.
Yeah, you look him up. He did Torpedo 36, and he worked on Jonah Hex for DC Comics. But yeah. Really good, beautiful black and white artwork. There's a lot of stuff I can't show you from that because it's YouTube. Because he does a lot of pin-uppy stuff,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And
so,
sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I got a few more. I got tons I could show you, but how about you go with yours first?
Oh, okay. So this was just real quick. These were the actually that was probably not a good one to grab, but this is actually probably my favorite artist of the style that I was talking about. Brett Booth did a lot of stuff DC. Let me open it up. I'll get a better one. But he I grabbed the wrong one. I should have grabbed the better one. But just like this kind of, I don't know how well you can be able to see that on. Oh, that's the basketball thing. The thing is mirrored, but
yeah.
I don't know how well you can see that. But he's I don't know what it is that I love so much about his style, but it's just it's this sort of it's like I don't know how else to describe it other than that. Like I said, I'm such a neophyte when it comes to types of art. That it's like that big style. This is another one. This is Paul Pelletier that he did. Like he did a bunch of Green Lantern stuff. These are Aquaman, but it's that same style of like sort of like the bigger figures. I don't know how else to say it. I'm just keep repeating myself. That's Tony Daniel. He did that whole run on Superman, Wonder Woman, which I thought like the art on that run was just like phenomenal. It's one of like my favorite. But yeah, I'm sorry. What were the other ones there that you were going to mention, Jim?
Well, you're showing me comics now, and the guys that are working currently in comics that I like are Dan Mora, who does World's Finest, and Robert De La Torre, who was doing the Conan comics for Titan Comics, like really good stuff. But I don't buy a lot of like new comics anymore. Pretty much the only thing I'm buying now is the Conan comics as they come out. But but those are two guys who are just like phenomenal.
Yeah, that's what like I don't even know how. Like I said, I'm so uneducated on it. I don't even know how to like characterize those styles. Like Mora, I like Mora's art. It's nice art, but it's so different than this. It's like much. I don't know how to say it. It's just like there's less lines, maybe. Like it's
cleaner. I think Dan Mora's a little
simpler.
Yeah.
Like Dan Mora, you're never gonna see like one of these like massively muscular. Like you're never gonna see a figure like this from Dan Mora, right? Got, like
less exaggeration,
detailed big muscles of Aquaman. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know how he would do a comic book like that, you know?
He's much more streamlined and graphic, and
Yeah.
it's not just about figure drawing either. It's about composition and storytelling and negative
Right.
space and spotting the blacks and all that kind of stuff. It's a whole thing, and I'm still learning. I
Yeah.
still have no idea what to do. Like, you guys know Harvey Kurtzman? You probably know Harvey Kurtzman from Mad Magazine. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
I
going
mean,
to talk about
talking.
Mad Magazine in a minute.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about cartoonists, I mean, he's the best.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so I got a few more. You guys have heard of Jamie Hernandez,
Oh,
Love and
yeah.
Rockets?
Love and Rockets, yeah.
Yeah, I love those. Like, just such clean black and white artwork. I mean,
Yeah.
and they're brilliant. He's just a brilliant artist. I don't know if you can see that there or not. If it's in focus, probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
That style looks an awful lot like, I don't know who the artist was, but it looks a lot like that comic Paper Girls. You know that one?
Yes. Yeah, I don't have any, but I know the one you're talking about.
But I think the Love and Rockets series was really influential, though. I think it really you could see lots of other people copying that style.
Oh, okay.
I've tried to copy that too. I've tried to copy Jamie Hernandez. I did another comic strip years ago, which isn't around anymore, but I did a couple of blatant rip-offs of Jamie Hernandez style. He's just brilliant, though. And of course, you guys know Frazetta.
Yeah.
Frank Frazetta.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a huge influence on me. And I'd have to say the biggest influence, though, was John Buscema, who worked on the Conan comics, and he's the one that I've tried to really, try to be like more than anybody. And just talk about storytelling and knowing how to compose a panel and a page. Him and Joe Kubert, two of the best in the business.
Hmm.
Joe Kubert did.
Joe Kubert.
You don't know Joe Kubert? He did Enemy Ace and Sergeant Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what Sergeant Rock looks like, so I can draw the link.
Yeah. He worked for DC for years.
Yeah.
So
and the Sons were good artists. I remember that really liking that stuff.
Andy and Adam, yeah.
I actually used to live not very far from I guess it was called the Joe Kubert School of Art. I guess it was the name of it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I applied for that once way back in the day. I got the whole newsletter and pamphlet and everything way back when I was a kid. Yeah. Didn't have the money for it.
Did I miss yours when I was off, Gareth? Did I miss your?
No. I've done mine. So, because Jim was saying that he felt like he could offer like mystery stuff to BookTube, and I thought actually one of the big passions of mine was cartoonists, and I don't see anyone ever talking about cartoonists, so I was really keen to do that on my channel. So I've done it, a fair amount, but I really love the way these people draw. I just really love it. So the one I've talked about a lot lately, but I'll mention him first because he's like my favorite, and that's Charles Adams. So I absolutely love what he does, and obviously a lot of the New Yorker cartoonists did have a certain style about them, but he had such a dark sense of humor that the cartoons that weren't the Addams Family were also just as dark as the Addams Family ones.
Yeah.
So, I love. Go on.
What is it about them that appeals to you, Gareth? Is it like the dark humor or the artwork, or?
It's both. I mean, he puts the time into the artwork. So if I'll just try, which one is it? That one. Is it? Hold on. Oh, I can never do this properly. Here we go.
lot of detail, eh?
Yeah, there's a lot of detail in it. So he's not someone who just sort of sketches like some cartoonists might do. So there's a lot of time and heart into what he does, but there's also a lot of character to it. So this is clearly he likes doing this sort of thing. This is a woman that's trying to kill her husband, I think. But the way that she's crouching is really funny, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like very Charles Adams-y thing to do. So I just love everything about what he does. And some of the other cartoonists, like obviously I know this guy's really, really popular, but Gary Larson, obviously,
Oh yeah.
Far
Oh, yeah.
Side.
He made a huge splash when he started his work. Yeah, I love Gary Larson.
Yeah, amazing.
Funny.
And obviously it's the jokes really in it. I mean, I do
Yeah.
love how he draws. There's no doubt about that. But it's the gags, isn't it, really, that makes him so brilliant.
Yeah.
So I've got every book he's done. I mean, I'm always looking for more, but I end up just getting duplicates of what I've already got. So I've got tons and tons of books by him. So yeah, Gary Larson. And another one that I think is similar, but it's kind of more weird in a way. But you guys probably know him. I think he's pretty unknown over here, but because I'm really into it, I discovered him and collected his stuff. But they're all American imports, these books, and that's Dan Ferraro.
Yeah, I was just going to mention him. Yes.
Yeah, I really this was the first book I had by him, and it's like, I mean, the stylized way he draws. Look at that! It's so cool. Hold on, I'll try and do it so you can see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
So, I
his
mean,
work.
So cool. Yeah, I really love the way he draws, and I think he's genuinely laugh out loud funny, which is really cool for a cartoonist. And yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So again, if I discover there's a book that I didn't have, I'll look for it. But as far as I know, I've got everything that he's done. But yeah, Dan Ferraro, the Bizarro books, I think are brilliant.
He has a little eyeball and a little pie in each cartoon.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
And then right under Charles Adams for me is Gain Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love Gain Wilson. And again, his books are really expensive. Now and again, they might reissue some, like issue a collection or something, and it'll be out for 5 minutes, and then it'll be really rare. But yeah, I've got a fair amount of his stuff, considering how expensive it is. But I love his stuff.
Let's see some of the inside.
So he's again, it's really weird.
He's illustrated.
This is I hope you can see this. Hold on, I'll try and do it so that which one is it? It's that one, isn't it? Hold on. So that caption is you spit out Dr. Harper this minute. So it's like some weird code thing.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's really typical. They're always kind of like weird creatures, and they're always really weird. And this is how he draws men, which I think is always funny. I love the way he draws men on them like that. That's very typical. I just
You
love
can
it.
kind of just completely 100% understand how those guys are feeling from their faces.
yeah.
He's been around forever. Like Gahan Wilson, he's been around forever. He's illustrated like novels. He's illustrated like Sherlock Holmes stories in his style, and they're yeah.
And he you know what I collected and still do the Twilight Zone magazines. He used to do book review. He used to do the book review section. Or was it the film review? The film review section. He used to do the film review. Theodore Sturgeon used to do the book review section. How weird is that? But yeah, I love the way he draws. It's just amazing. But very, very dark and very weird. Very weird. One of the weirdest ones out of the ones I love. And then there's an Italian one that I wanted to show you. That again, it's just the way he draws. It's really cool. Mordillo. You heard of Mordillo?
No, never heard of that one. No.
I discovered him because I used to work in HMV, and there used to be like a rack of posters you could buy, and there was an occasional cartoonist poster, like a gag, that was done as a poster, and there was it was this sort of it was just a really like simple joke. It was this tiny I don't know if you can imagine this. It was a tiny island that was like really, really long and thin, and then the sea underneath it, and then there was this football match happening on top of it. It was a really stupid joke where obviously there was nothing happening. There was except this football match, and it just amused me. And I always I remembered it, and then I found his books after that. And he's a bit like, you can imagine them being animated. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll just do a close up of his people. You can see what I mean. Hold on. I can't do it properly.
Yeah, because
Can you
it's
see that?
mirrored. That's the tricky part.
I know. Can you see that?
Not
Hold on.
really.
No, you can't. Hold on. I will try again. I do.
Look.
Oh. I don't know if you can see that.
Move to the side more. The other side. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, see the way he draws people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the way Clouseau is drawn in the animated titles in the Pink Panther.
The Pink Panther ones. Yeah.
Thing like that. So yeah, I love that sort of thing. That's cool. There's a British artist that has actually become a bit of a friend because he's done 6. I've commissioned him to do 6 Bemis covers, and he did the last novel I wrote. So he did the cover for the Brown Yelp Gang. So I'm really privileged that he does that because I just randomly contacted him because I've been a fan of his since I was a teenager, and he said he'd do it. So he's in his late 60s now, but he's called Hunt Emerson, and that's kind of how he draws. You see that? That's his version. This is his version of Rime of the Ancient Mariner, and I absolutely love it. It's brilliant.
It kind of looks like a Tintin style, almost.
Yeah, a little bit, but more exaggerated, I guess. But yeah, I see what you mean.
Sorry, go ahead, Jim.
Do you have any Giles cartoons?
Yeah, I don't. Giles cartoons are everywhere here, and I just never bought one because they're just so available. Yeah, can you see
everywhere.
That?
Yeah.
Way he draws. Yeah, I love that. I really love the way he draws. And the first thing I asked him to do was the cover of Personal Demons, and I asked him, which was our 3rd album, and I asked him to draw me and my musical partner as demons. So I'll tell you what, I'll try and find it. Hold on.
Yeah.
We're not losing you, are we, Dave?
No. I don't have this stuff is like a world away from like that comic book art that I was just showing. It's like
I could go on and on. I got like tons of these on my shelf. It's hard to choose a favorite. Can
you see that? Yeah,
that's
awesome.
Great.
Yeah,
you gotta snap a photo of that and send it to me, Gareth.
Yeah. And then 2 more I was going to mention that you might because this is an opportunity to talk about Mad Magazine. So I absolutely love Sergio Aragonés.
Oh, he's brilliant. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
What an imaginative man he is.
Gru the Wanderer.
Yeah.
So I love Gru the Wanderer, but it's not my favorite stuff he's done. I love the Mad Marginals when he used to draw those little sketchy cartoons in the margins of Mad Magazine.
That's where he learned all his. Like he'd have to come up with different ideas, and that's why I think where his just imagination ran wild with that stuff.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of Gru on my shelf.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
And then this is if you've managed to get hold of this is my favorite cartoonist book. Like more than any other cartoonist book. This is my favorite cartoonist book. And there was a sequel. So this is called The Bus. And there was a book called The Bus 2. So I'm trying to make sure it's not in that glare of the ring light. But The Bus 2 is nowhere near as good. But this is absolute genius. And they're just like, it's so brilliant. I'll show you a couple of examples of, they're like comic strip ones. So they're like, the whole page will be the joke, if you like. But they're so clever and they're so brilliant. And it's usually what you're looking at on the panels are leading you to think something, and then it will surprise you at the end because of what you're actually looking at.
Who was the artist? I'm writing that down. Who was the artist?
Paul Kirshner. And these first appeared on a magazine called Heavy Metal.
Oh, I recognize the name. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I
yep.
remember. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
who that is.
Oh,
Yeah, I have a lot of those early heavy metal magazines.
So you probably have some of these bus strips in
I,
Heavy Metal magazine.
I think I probably do.
This is cool. Like, hold on, I'll just. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, she's clearly looks like she's gonna get run over, but the bus. And there's like it's just so clever. And some of them are just like weird, but I love all that. There's a brilliant one where it's really subtle where there's he's on this the kind of like the main character, the guy with that sort of bald guy, is reading a newspaper on the bus, and then there's a blind guy next to him, and then just at the end of the comic strip, the blind guy starts reading his newspaper. Things like that. I love it. So yeah,
yeah.
I love this book so much. I've had it. I don't know when did it come out. I had it when I was a teenager. Don't know if I can read it. Oh, 87. So I've had that since I was 16. Right,
Wow.
since 1987. And I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. So yeah.
So can I just try to catch up on some of these? We are so far behind. Can I just catch up on some of the comments here?
Let's have a look at comments.
Hi, Ralph. Oh, poor baby. Hope he gets better soon. That's where we left off. Everybody's
That was a while ago.
that was back in April.
That's a response to Kelly. Yes, we need a business.
Yeah,
That's
we got to
amazing,
start
Jim.
listing these down. All these biscuits we're eating. Make a list.
Yeah. Beth, speaking of cookies, ever had crumble cookies? We can't get away from the biscuits. One cookie's supposed to serve 7. They're not that big. I haven't had a crumble. Have you guys had a crumble?
Well,
you can't mention crumble. I love crumble, and now I'm really jealous of anyone who's having crumble.
Comes in Gareth. Not sure what reference is. Hi. Venus Life. Run the video back and count Gareth's biscuits, right? I mean, he was eating a lot very quickly for a while there at the start. Logan, dinner's done. You're back around while I do the dish. Oh, that's good to hear, Greg. Thanks.
Hey. I have actually got a special guest here. I'm going to try and bring her up. I genuinely got a special guest. Hold on. Let's see if I can bring her up. She might suddenly disappear. Maybe.
There's one hidden somewhere.
that's what they do.
I got to make sure I got biscuits for next time.
Okay, she's what are you doing? Ow.
I should bring my cat in, but he never comes in when I'm doing this.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
No.
She's I thought I was going to show you Rosie then, but yeah, she's clearly not going to appear. All right, carry on.
So Daniel says, so on top of the reading you guys do, you also all have extra creative talents and maintain your channels. How do you squeeze it all in? Well, I have been thinking about giving up work in order to my favorite.
Do it.
Just kidding. Jim, what's your answer?
Well, I've got a bit of time on my hands too in that regard, but that won't always be the case. And like I said, I haven't been drawing. So, I mean, drawing would have taken up a lot more time where I'm doing. Well, I haven't even been doing videos that often lately, actually. I think between the last video and the one before, it was like 8 days. So even that, I've been kind of shirking on that a little bit too. But yeah, just not drawing as much as I used to, which helps.
Yeah,
and I've been trying to read a lot too. Like, I mean, that's the whole point too, right? Like, we got this Sherlock Holmes thing going on, and I've been trying to get caught up on all my Sherlock Holmes books that I showed on my channel. And so you feel obligated to get them done. But yeah,
you said you're going to read them. You got to read them.
Yeah, yeah.
Disciplined.
And I was bad for that in my earlier videos. That I'd be showing all these books. Oh, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read that. I never got to them.
Yeah,
which is awful.
I always what I do is I always inject concentrate adrenaline into my system every half an hour.
There you go.
And that keeps me going. That makes me do. I don't sleep. And
that's what I was going to say. You just don't sleep. I'm not. This is actually not a joke. I'm not kidding when I say this. I actually think about this time sometimes because we're interacting all the time, Gareth. I'm like, I don't know how Gareth does all this stuff. Like, no, I mean, seriously, like you do so many things. I think you literally must not. I'm not. It's not hyperbole. I think you literally must only sleep a few hours a night, right? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. How
You
Yeah. It's true.
you post a lot. Do you post
Well,
from work? Do you post from work on occasion?
I don't post. Sometimes I'll do a video now and again. I'll do one before I start work, so I get there well early. I get to work 2 hours before I have to teach.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll squeeze a video in if I think actually I don't need to do anything else.
It's-
I'll do a quick video, or I have done one in my lunch break before because I was really keen to do like a response video or something. But usually it's at home, I prefer to do them in the bedroom, but that's kind of my wife's domain. So I'm in the front room doing them here. But I'd rather do them with my books behind me. That's why I like doing them. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I do those videos. I don't sleep that much. It's true. You know, what was it the Kurgan said? The Kurgan said it's better to burn out than to fade away.
That's true.
Yeah.
True. That's true.
It's definitely a mindset though, like filming. Yeah. You have to almost say, okay, I'm going to sit down and just going to talk about this. It's a mindset you have to get into, and I don't think I'm there yet.
But also, I get really excited about it. I do it because if I did it, I mean, to be fair, Brandy has told me that sometimes I look really tired in the videos. But I am like really fired up when I do them. So if I was only half cut when I was doing it, if I was like, then I don't think that would be a good idea, and I should get some sleep. But I do feel like the enthusiasm like puts me through it and makes me want to do it. So
you do a lot ahead of time though too, don't you? You shoot a lot at once ahead of time.
Well, I if I get a stretch of time when I've got free time, then I'll do more than I need to do if I've got ideas. So I've got some that are just like tags that I've just postponed till later, and I've got one video that I filmed about 8 months ago, which is me saying I'm going to read my daughter's 3 favorite books. Well, if I keep putting it back, I'm never going to read those books. But I just keep favoring other videos. You know what I mean? So it's like that kind of thing. Sometimes they're scheduled up just because I'll favor other videos first.
Yeah.
But then it does get complicated. Those book calls I just put up, those sort of the library tour, I'm talking absolute nonsense in them. I'm going, oh well, hopefully I'll read this before September. And I was like, yeah, well, you look at this in January, so
yeah, I got that. I got that.
You know who else was famous? I don't want to make you sad, Gareth, but who else was famous for this was Pax. And I that there was like, it's happened like so many times. I'd watch a video and comment or to it, and I'm like, I feel like I just time traveled again.
Yeah,
you would have them all, and they'd be out of order and done way in advance and stuff, and things would happen. And she'd be like talking about this book, and she had already sent me that book like last month,
yeah.
I mean, like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got book reviews that I'll put off for a while because I want to stretch them out a bit, and I think, well, I don't want to put a bunch of book reviews together. But then when do you decide when to put them up? So it does get complicated, to be fair. Yeah. But I'm loving the Twilight Zone videos I'm doing at the minute. I've now filmed 10 of them. So they're batches of 6 episodes. I've filmed 10. I've only shown 1. Yeah. But I'm doing it once a month, so they're all the way through I've nearly finished the whole year's worth.
How come they're not going up more frequently?
Just because I wouldn't want it to be the Twilight Zone channel. I would still want to talk about books a lot. So it's a little nugget that can appear now and again as part of the thing.
Plus, you have them in your back pocket. If you don't happen to put something up one week, I got a Twilight Zone episode ready to go. I can just throw that one on.
Yeah. One of them is going up when I'm in New Orleans, so that kind of thing is quite useful. Do you know what I mean?
Nice. Yep. A little buffer.
Part 8.
This is the standard Dave freeze where I have to kick out and come back on. So, be right back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's just happened?
He says he froze up, so he's gonna sign out, then come back in.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it on my phone, because my computer keeps screwing up and freezing up. So I figured, okay, I'll just stick to my phone. You know, I didn't want to freeze up halfway through talking to you guys.
Yeah, no, but it's working. And you got your books behind you, haven't you? Which is cool.
Yeah,
Is that like,
yeah.
yeah,
My comics are back here in the milk cartons, like all that IKEA shelf, and books, paperbacks over here. Yeah.
yeah.
So are you
cool.
on your phone, Gareth? You're on a phone,
Yeah,
right?
basically, I use my iPad for my main videos. So almost all of my videos, well, all of my videos really are done on here, but I can't live stream on it. I don't know why, but when I first did my first ever live stream, I had massive issues with the sound, and it just doesn't like it. So then I used my phone, but it was too dark. So then I bought a ring light so that it's a little bit brighter. So yeah, I do phone for live streams and this for all of my videos, all the pre-recorded videos.
Okay, good. Yeah, I've got an old iPhone or a tablet or wherever, but there's no way it would be high def enough to do anything. It's an old one, and I got my son got me a ring light and a microphone, which is awesome. That's been a big help for the videos and stuff. So yeah.
Is it like, do you put your microphone on you, or is it one that's just by your?
Well, I had bought one of them, you know, and I was using them, but it kept cutting out because it wouldn't hold a charge and it wasn't plugged in anywhere. So I got this. I'm not using it now, but my son bought me this, and I can plug it right into my phone, and it's really good. Gives good sound. You know, you get a nice. There he is. Yeah, so it helps. That was a big help.
Yeah.
But
I'm lucky really, because the microphone on here is quite good. It is quite loud. Because this is a new iPad. So this is one. They upgraded my iPad at work. So the other one was quieter than this, but the mic picks up better on this one. So yeah, I just seem to have a good situation at the minute, which is good.
Good. Yeah. Makes a difference, man. Upgrade things.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So sorry, let me catch us back. Let me catch us up.
Yeah.
Are we right? Girl Scout cookie.
Still on that.
Gareth, I think you did art in school.
Oh, it wasn't very good.
I'm going to crash your website. Well, you did crash my website.
Oh.
Crash Jim's website. Jim's website. Yeah.
I'll get an email. Yeah, it's crashed.
Check out my browser for oddly aroused. Hey, y'all. Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal.
MJ caricature.
Yes. Yeah.
Jim, I think MJ needs to appear in the next strip. I don't know.
I could do that. MJ would make a good caricature.
That could be MJ's logo as well, if she really likes it. That'd be cool.
You have to decide what to dress her up as at that cosplay convention in the next strip.
Yeah. What's her Garbustina? I could do a caricature of Garbustina.
Yeah. I love George Perez art. Yes. His Teen Titans work was awesome. Yes.
Oh, awesome. Yes, we're catching up with
George
the
artists now. What an amazing man he was, George Perez. He's such a nice guy.
I met him not that long before he died. I mean, it wasn't that many years ago. He did a comic convention up here in Connecticut, and I brought my Infinity Gauntlet #1, right?
Oh.
and when I just happened to get over to his table where he was, I walked over and he was eating lunch, right? He was in the middle of eating. And I said, oh, yeah. And because I saw he was eating, I said, oh, sorry. And I turned to walk away and he said, no. Literally, he dropped his sandwich. And he said, no. Come on. You know, and he had me come over and sign my book and talk to me and stuff in the middle of eating his sandwich. You know,
that's awesome.
Such a nice guy.
He loved his fans. He loved his fans. Absolutely loved his fans. Yeah. I never met him, unfortunately. But yeah.
He was nice.
Great artist. And you could just see him get better exponentially too over the years. He was he did the group comics. That's where he shined, in the group comics. Teen Titans and Legion of Superheroes and the Fantastic Four. Awesome. All
right. Alan says you all about an hour off on your comments. I know. I'm sorry. I said we're catching up now. Hi, MJ. Everybody saying hi. My fave is Michael Deatter. He's a little satire cartoonist here in Nova Scotia.
Cool.
Maybe not comic
Oh,
stuff, but you guys know that one?
I don't
No, but
know him.
I want to find out. It's the sort of thing I'd add to my collection. So yeah, definitely want to look it up.
I did some editorial cartoons back in the day for the Oakville Beaver newspaper.
Mm.
Right.
North Oakville Today, I should say. I worked for both, but there's a guy in Toronto, Andy Donato. He was brilliant. He was such a good editorial cartoonist. I love editorial cartoons.
Yeah, I've got tons of them.
Yeah.
Yep, Cat. It's long gone now.
Oh.
Savage Sword of Conan is releasing on February 28th in the black and white full-size magazine.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got to pick that up.
That sounds like something that everybody here is interested in.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check that out. I didn't know that. Yes, I'm not sure. That's the problem. We're so far behind, not sure what these are all reference to. Sleepy Book Reader, greetings.
Nice for someone to agree with me anyway, even if I don't know what it is.
Greetings if you're still here, Sleepy Book Reader. I love Gary Larson.
Gary Larson, yeah.
Yeah, I have a ton of that. My dad and I both. My dad introduced me that as a kid, and I have a ton of Gary Larson books. But I don't know. When you held that up before, I was like, I mean, it's the comedy I love. It's my favorite comic. My favorite, like, I don't know if you call it a strip because it's one panel, but my favorite comic strip of all time. But it was really just the comedy. I mean, would you say the art was like exceptional?
No, I do love the way he draws. So it's funny because he's not detailed, but it's very pleasing to the eye. It makes you laugh as well. The way it's drawn.
It served the joke. The art served the joke.
Yeah.
You know, he was brilliant in his jokes, Gary Larson.
Yeah. I think the way he draws is funny as well as the actual joke itself.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, some of those images with like a cow standing on the fence. And, you know,
he liked his cows.
Sure did. Chicken and waffles.
I tell you what, that's the thing that when we're driving around the countryside, if we see cows, me and my wife go car, you know, because of that Gary Larson cartoon, you know, where they
right.
Yeah.
I love HMV.
Oh, nice.
God, we are an hour behind, aren't we?
Yeah. We're catching up. Not
we're catching up.
Hunt Emerson, know him from Underground Comics. Underground Comics. Do you know that?
Yeah, he worked for because like Alan Moore and Neil Gaiman worked for Underground Comics as well, and they're like Freak Brothers and stuff like that. Yeah, the Hunt Emerson drew for those.
Oh yeah, Robert Crumb.
Yeah. Edward Gorey. Yeah, I love Edward Gorey. I could have found an Edward Gorey book as well, but I didn't. I just didn't get around to finding one. But yeah, Edward Gorey, brilliant.
Yeah.
Sleepy Book Reader loves Gru.
Gru's awesome.
Nice.
Good night, Gareth, and everyone take care. Okay, good night. Sorry, probably gone by now. We were doing so good in the beginning. Guess what I'm doing as I listen to this drawing?
Nice. Yeah. She's laughing at something. We don't know what, though.
It might have been when I was holding up the cartoons, maybe.
All right, Daniel. Thanks if you're still here.
Oh, take care, Daniel. I love Daniel's stuff. He's got such a good sense of humor.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, we are caught up. Okay. Anyone like Mad Magazine?
Love Mad Magazine.
I'm going to do a video on Mad. Well, I'm going to do a video on the paperbacks because it's part of the library tour, and I've got a box of I think I've got 46 or something paperbacks, but I've got a whole load of the actual magazines as well in that like treasure chest thing over there. It's amongst my toys.
I used to have tons of them. I think I got rid of them years ago, which is I wish I still had them. I had tons of Mad magazines. Did you? What about Crazy magazine? You know Crazy?
Oh yeah, I had some Crazy as well. Yeah, and Cracked as well. I had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Cracked. Yeah, Cracked.
And Cracked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Cracked. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it might have been Cracked. Yeah.
Maybe Cracked.
I think it's Cracked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Mad magazine was the one that I absolutely loved the artists and stuff, so I kept buying those.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Those ones you have, Gareth, those are ones you like collected. Those are the ones from when you were a kid, or no? You collected those later?
Yeah, some of them I've had since then. Yeah, some of them I've found more recently. If I find one and I haven't got it, I'll buy it. So even though I do wonder, so Jim, I do think, should I just get rid of him? Because it's like, how many things can you collect? But
No,
but I really don't want to, and it's just
No.
nice to have them. And yeah, some I've had for decades, and some are like,
Yeah.
I think the last time I bought a Mad Magazine book was only like about a year ago. I found one I didn't have in a secondhand bookshop. I was like, oh my god, the Mad Magazine book,
Yeah.
So
Are they even? I don't even think are they making them still. Mad Magazine. I don't think they're printing.
They announced that they were going to stop, didn't they, a couple of years ago? It was quite big news, wasn't it? And there were lots of people doing tributes on YouTube about it. And I was going to do a tribute. I had my channel by then, so it was probably about 18 months ago, I guess. And I was going to do a video on it, and then I've not done it, and now I will do one because yeah, it'd be good to talk about my favorite artists that are on there. My favorite caricaturist, Mort Drucker. Mort Drucker's stuff is just amazing.
Yeah. He'd do the movie adaptations.
Yeah.
Was it Mort Drucker? Oh yeah, he was so good.
Amazing.
And they were just like as a cartoonist, he was like brilliant. It wasn't like they just settled for whoever. He was like the best, Mort Drucker.
I think he really was. I think caricaturists, sometimes you look at it and go, okay, yeah, I get what you've done there. I can tell who it is, but whatever. And sometimes they do it, and you just think, oh my god, that's such a wonderful image. And that's such a brilliant, portrayal of them. And it's just, it's just like we were saying about just people's drawing style, and Mort Drucker is just amazing.
It's difficult to get someone's likeness when you're drawing, and he just hit it out of the park every time. That's difficult to do.
Yeah, a friend of mine is a caricaturist. That's what he does as part of his income. And we went to college together. And we stayed in touch, and that he's a friend. And when my daughter got married, unfortunately, it was during COVID. So in the end, she had to postpone her wedding, and it didn't actually happen. But he offered as a friendship thing for free to just be there all day to be a caricaturist for a wedding. Awesome. How cool was that?
Wow.
In the end, he didn't do it. But how cool would that have been to have a caricaturist in the room just going, do you want me to do a picture of you?
That's unique. That's special. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so Kelly says Spy versus Spy. No detailed drawing, but the humor was top notch. It was.
Yeah.
That was great, Spy versus Spy.
Yeah. There's I recently saw a massive hardback omnibus edition of Spy versus Spy.
Really?
It was in I was in, where was it? I was in Chichester, and there's like a comic shop in there, and I thought I'll have a look and see if there's what's in there. And I saw that, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I've never seen that before, and it was all wrapped up, and there was no price on it. And I went up to the counter and said, "Can you tell me how much?" I said, "I have to be honest, I probably can't afford this, but I'm just curious to know how much it is." And she looked it up, and it was £45, I think it was, but it was massive. Yeah, and it was like, oh, that'd be awesome,
Yeah, that'd be nice to have.
Yeah,
I might have to put that on my Christmas list.
All these reprints now that they put in these big editions are so expensive.
Yeah.
So much money. But then again, if they were affordable, my shelves would be like overburdened right now.
Right.
So maybe it's a good thing.
Keeps you disciplined, but.
Yeah,
that would be really cool and so nostalgic though to have a Spy versus Spy anthology.
Oh yeah, wouldn't it though? Yeah.
I've got a couple of Spy versus Spy t-shirts actually.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, and one of them was bought by a Bemis fan. So I went. So we were playing at a venue down the road, and this guy was in the queue, and I went up to him and said, "That I've never seen a Spy versus Spy t-shirt. That's awesome." And he said, "Oh, if you want, I'll get one. And next time you play, I'll come along and bring it with me." And he did that. And like next gig we did, he brought this T-shirt he bought of Spy versus Spy. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're gonna wear that in the next episode, or?
All right. Yeah. I will do.
Yeah, we want to see it now.
Yeah. It's very good.
I was going to wear my Red Dead Redemption T-shirt tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Love Red Dead Redemption.
Me too.
Yeah.
CB Book, so many great artists in
Don Martin.
Don Martin. Yeah. Again,
the way his style really, really extreme. The way he drew people, wasn't it? But it was awesome. You know, just made you smile just looking at his style of drawing, wasn't it?
Yeah. The artist I liked from Crack magazine was John Severin.
Yeah.
You reckon it? Yeah, right.
Yeah. He was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Brian
Froud.
Froud.
Oh my God.
Oh no, that's Gareth.
Oh, can I, yeah, you know I'd love Brian Froud. Christ, I mean that was the first person I thought when we thought of this theme. I thought, yeah, I'll show some Brian Froud books, and then I didn't think of it as I grabbed the books a minute ago. Yeah,
boy.
I mean, yeah, Brian Froud's relationship with Jim Henson's obviously really important, and yeah, amazing man.
The Dark Crystal.
And we nearly met him. There was a comic what do they call it, convention in Portsmouth, and they announced that Brian Froud was going to be a guest. And obviously my kids have grown up with Jim Henson, Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, all that stuff. So me and the two kids and my wife were like, right, we've got to get tickets to go to this convention now. We have to meet Brian Froud. And we were all excited. And then COVID happened.
Oh, no.
Then it got cancelled.
COVID just screwed everything up, didn't it?
Yeah.
Man, oh, man.
So we could have met Brian
right
Froud.
there.
Hey?
You don't have any Brian Froud right there, do you?
Not here. They're upstairs, so I'd have to disappear for a bit. But yeah,
I've got a book here somewhere with his stuff in it, but God knows where it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I love the way he draws. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I did the video, go on.
Go ahead. No,
I was going to say when I did my video, Why I Love Fantasy, I talked about Brian Froud then, and I showed some of the images of Brian Froud's style when I did that video, because I think, you know, like fantasy can mean epic fantasy, but they can mean goblins and fairies and weird creatures, can't they? So I love Brian Froud's eyes. You know, it's just awesome the way he puts, you know, the way he draws is just phenomenal. But yeah. Go on, Dave. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, how do you guys feel about manga? You like that style or no?
Well, I don't know. I've got a love-hate relationship with manga. You know, it's I don't like the idea of it being a stylized thing and having the same kind of style book to book to book, but there is a variation in style with each book, and some of them can be brilliant, and others just kind of leave me cold. You know. But I have a couple of books, Lone Wolf and Cub, on my shelves.
Okay.
And I love that style, and it's manga. I've got a few here somewhere. I've got some Zelda books.
Okay.
You know, I've got I got one here. Black Lagoon. You know, so some of it I like, and I have a couple of how to draw manga books because I wanted to kind of learn how to draw the manga style, and some of it's really good. So, like I said, it's a love-hate relationship. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's popular though, boy. You go into bookstores. I mean, the manga section is bigger than any other section.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's taken over all the comic shops, and it's kind of taken over HMV as well. So that's a bit weird. Yeah. I haven't really got into it yet, but I am about to read my first manga experience because a friend of mine at work has lent me these, and she said, you got to read these. This is when I was talking to her about Mouse, and this is a 3-part series called Apocalypse Meow, and it's the Vietnam War where they're like cats and rabbits and stuff.
So it's doing the mouse thing then for the Vietnam War. Oh
yeah, and apparently it's it's I can't even see it. Motofume Kobayashi. That's who's drawn it. Written and illustrated by Motofume Kobayashi. So there we go.
And there's only only 3 volumes.
Pardon? 3 volumes, yeah.
Okay, so that's totally manageable.
You'll have to let us know what you think, Gareth.
Yeah, I'm going to do a video on it once I've done it because it's so different for me. And as far as I know, I've never heard anyone else talk about them. And she loves them. I'm definitely going to do a video when I do it. I mean, obviously, I might do the video and then schedule it up for a year later.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be a while.
It's like when someone tags me in a video and I'll go, like, tags me to do a tag. And I'll either do it and then go, okay, now I've got to choose when I'm going to show it. And sometimes I go, oh, I have to do it straight away because otherwise someone will think I haven't done it. And then I have to move loads of other things. Or I'll have to do it and then just put it like 4 months later.
Yeah, I think a couple people have tagged me, and I've kind of lost track of, you know,
Yeah.
I don't have a record of it, and yeah, so I
It's
might have
easy
forgotten a tag or two.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm awful. I'm awful with the tags. I've missed
Yeah.
so many tags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the tags are good things because if you don't have something to do, you can do a tag, you know.
I think
and
they're
it's
fun. I think they're great. Yeah.
yeah.
And I just did my own one, didn't I? That favorite people tag. I don't know. Hopefully, a few people will take that one up.
I did see that. I saw somebody else do it too. I forget who it was.
I
think
you know, I would have done it, but you didn't tag me, Gareth. So I mean, I'm just kidding. I just kidding. Gareth's tagged me a bunch of times. I totally fall down on it. I so rarely do them.
That's not why I didn't tag you. I just assumed you'd do it. Do you know what I mean? Like you know.
I know.
What's going on?
Easy.
Apparently,
Yeah,
I have to tag Dave now.
I just got into manga. I had some because I picked them up at book fairs, or whatever. But I never read any manga until 2023, and Ollie got me into it because Ollie did.
Yeah,
Ollie
he's got into it.
Yeah.
Like he tried it out for us. Remember when he did that in May. He's like, I've never done manga, so I'm going to take you along for the ride, and you know, going to do it.
Wasn't he doing like Manga Mondays or something like that for a while?
Yeah. And I was watching that, and he was having a great time with it, like just experiencing it the first time. And I'm like, you know, I was like, I'm going to do that too. I went and tried it because of him, and I really enjoyed it so far. I got a couple series going, but I mean, most of them are like. That's why that one you just showed, Gareth, that's like totally manageable because I started this. I'm just a few in. I started this One Piece that everybody talks about.
Yeah, One Piece. Everyone's talking about One Piece, aren't they?
And it's great, but this is like over 100 volumes now. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I mean, these things are in here. I don't know if they are in the UK, but here these are like $10 a volume. You know? So
yeah.
Hey, regular comics, like what the heck's a regular comic nowadays? So I mean, that's not bad because you get a lot more for your buck in one of those.
That's true.
Than you do with a floppy comic.
That's true. Michael Vaughn was just talking about that the comics are like $4 or $5 now. A regular graphic comic.
I used to, like when I was a kid, I used to get every comic out there, man. I'd buy every title, and not anymore. There's just way too damn much out there now. You know?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's why I stopped buying. I used to be a single issue guy. I had a pull list, and I had get a stack like every week. When Wednesday came, and I stopped doing that maybe 7-ish years ago, something like that, because it just became too expensive of a hobby.
Yeah,
it was just out of hand.
I don't know how they expect kids to get into it now. Like the stories, how's a kid going to jump into the story to begin with?
Yeah.
They're so convoluted, and plus they're so expensive. Nobody else can afford them, but some, you know, like us. But even we can't afford them. So who's buying these damn things?
Yeah, it's totally what they need to do is they need to revert. You know, the problem is I don't even blame them for charging that much because I mean I was pretty close when I was regularly going to a comic shop, local comic shop. I was pretty close with the guy, and he was actually would ask me stuff like with his financial issues and things like that, and not a big profit margin. And it's like,
that's true for any kind of retail like that. Yeah.
A lot of expenses. Think about that. Like that, the comic today, a DC comic today, let's say, that is a nice quality product. There's a lot of costs that go into that, right? You're paying the writer, the artist, the letterer, all those guys, those glossy, fancy pages and every.
I
There's a lot
I
of
say
cost.
that I say they go back to pulp paper, go back to the
Right.
way they used to be, make a cheaper product, and they would sell more.
That's exactly right. That's what they need.
And
They need to revert back to the way it used to be. So
yeah,
that,
and tell good stories. You
yep,
know,
yep.
simple.
Because at the end of the day, look, I love these fancy, glossy comics. I do love them. But at the end of the
Uh,
day, that's not what's making me buy the comic, right?
yeah, I don't like the glossy paper. I remember they brought the glossy paper. I don't like the glossy paper. I like the matte. I think they called it Mando paper or whatever. When
Yeah.
it was higher than it was better than the pulp paper.
Right.
But you just didn't get the gloss and the glare on it. But
Yeah.
I mean, even that's expensive too. Just go back to a
Yeah.
to a good pulp paper. And there's
Yeah.
different qualities of pulp paper you can do as well.
Yeah.
Not the really really cheap stuff, just a little higher end pulp, and make the product cheaper. And I think they'd probably sell more.
Yeah.
But then again,
Yeah.
you got to tell good stories too. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But that's exactly right. At the end of the day, what's most important is, like I said, I like that fancy stuff. But at the end of the day, I would. It's the story that carries it. That's really why I'm buying it. And if they went back to pulp, I'm not going
And
to
the
not
artwork.
buy the comic because they went back to the pulp paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it would just, yeah, it's tough. It's the
Well,
way the standards now. It's just tough to.
I think people tend to buy the trade paperbacks now more than the floppy comic books.
They do, yeah,
And even I tend to do that too. Like
yeah,
I'll get the Conan floppy comics, but if I want to go read Batman and Superman World's Finest, I'm not going to buy the floppies. I'm going to wait till it comes out in trade paperback, and I'll
yeah,
buy the trade paperback.
yeah,
Is
I
it
mean,
cheaper?
if I want to read it, yeah,
yeah. I've started doing that too. Yeah, of course. But I mean, I love collecting these things,
yeah,
right?
me
It's
too.
just every
You know,
issue is a different. You get the trade, and it's just not the same. There's every issue is a different cover.
and
So
Yeah.
it's not the first printing. You're a collector. That mentality. You got to
yeah,
have the first
that's
printing.
right.
You
That's
know,
right. That's right.
But there is
That's
trade.
there is something special about that, like short, thin, small comic.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
the format itself is special, isn't it?
yeah. Oh
it's the
yeah.
most it's the most pleasurable thing to hold and read because and I think you guys are the same. I'm a physical book guy,
Oh
and
yeah.
that is the
Yeah, me too.
easiest thing to read is one of those floppy comics, right?
Yeah.
I've got
I've
I've got
started reading. Go on, Jim.
Oh no, I was going to say I've got a picture of my son when he was a kid, and he's got a Flash comic book all rolled up, and he's in a hammock, and he's got a lemonade beside him, and that says it all right there.
Yeah,
That is
You can just
awesome.
roll up your comic on a summer day with a lemonade on a hammock and read the comic book, and that says it all right there.
yeah. I'll tell you.
So
I remember explaining this to my wife once that there is as honest, I think there is no form of complete escapism for me more than a comic book.
yeah,
I don't read as many of them anymore. I used to be like, there was a time I was like 90% comics and 10% books, I like totally way prioritized books for a long time. I'm not reading a ton of comics anymore. But even with the books, any other medium, right? Is I can phase out and I can start thinking about the things that are stressing me, like it's the a comic book was always the most successful at just completely 100% removing me out of life and just getting lost in it. I
it's
must be
it's more it's more immersive. It's
it's more
immersive. You've
immersive,
got the
right?
art, you've got the story, like it just draws you in.
Right, right. I think that's what it is. It's you have a combination of story and art, but it's more active than like when you're sitting there watching a TV show or a movie or listening
Oh,
to an audiobook or something. Those are like more passive, right? And it's easy for you not actively, performing basically when you're doing it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think it was just like a unique combination of stuff that it was just it totally lost in it. Totally lost in it.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah.
I agree.
I started reading Saga, so I've read the first two Saga books.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Brian
So
K.
I need to
Vaughan.
get some more.
Or
Yeah, Brian J. Vaughan. And so I need to read some more of those. I really like them.
Who who Michael came on, still swears he's not related to, even though they look pretty similar. These two guys. I'm just saying.
I've never read Saga, but I hear good things about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've started and stopped it twice already. Now I'm just going to start over again. But that's the great thing about comics. So easy to just start over, you know.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Farscape, and you probably know how much I love Farscape, so it kind of reminds me of that. Yeah.
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 I grabbed some trades called 7 to Eternity.
Oh,
you guys recognize it?
Yeah.
Wow. The artwork is so amazing. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Unbelievable artwork.
I forget who that is. Remender writes it, right? But doesn't draw it. Who draws it?
I forget. I've got them here. I'm not too sure where. I forget the name of the artist.
Opana, maybe? Opana, is that how you say it?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Where the heck are they? I don't know.
That is amazing. I agree with you. That's some of the most amazing comic art I've seen. It must be just perfect combination of the artist and the inker, because it's like
it's funny because if you read the story, without the artwork, it's a basic fantasy story.
Yeah.
There's nothing really, it's a really well done story, well told, but there's nothing outstanding or out of this world kind of thing about the story. But in combination with the art, you see the story in a completely different way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's brilliant. I love that. I love that one.
I agree.
Yeah.
Did we already? No, we didn't do this. Dave Mann and his Easy Rider illustrations were iconic.
Oh, cool.
From I remember I got my dad's magazines. They were called cartoons magazines, but they were all about cars, in the 60s and the 70s, and they were cartoons, but it always involved like a muscle car and these car dudes, and they were awesome magazines.
Oh, okay.
But it was called cartoons, as in cars.
Right.
It's the same idea as the Easy Rider thing, I imagine. I'm not too sure what they were referencing, but
yeah. Jim, I like pen and ink black and white illustrations the best too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Me too. And I really love one panel cartoons. You said about the difference between a one panel one and a strip one. I really love one panel cartoons.
Yeah.
It'd be difficult to do. You got to know what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's
Jaffrey, Al Jaffrey as well.
Scott's back. Had to beat Becky at Jeopardy again. I loved One Piece, Dave, but I read it digitally. I can't afford to buy the physical volumes. Yeah, that's the problem. I think that's why Ollie quit some of these series, because it's just too expensive.
So expensive, yeah. You got to look for deals. I think we went out to a bazaar one time, like a church bazaar. You go in and buy books, and we bought the complete series of Y: The Last Man in trade paperback.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which was really good. But, I got them so cheap because they were, in the bargain bins, right?
Yeah.
I've got the first one. I haven't read it yet. I've got the first one.
Oh, that's a good series, man.
Yeah. I haven't read the full series. I've read some of it, but I have the full series. It's one of those ones that like constantly I have to get back to.
I haven't watched the show. I don't know if the show's any good, but the comic was brilliant. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I don't know how good the show is, because it got. I mean, it doesn't mean anything about the quality necessarily, but because it got canceled, right? So.
I don't even know, because I wasn't paying any attention.
Yeah, I think it only did. I think it only did one season.
Yeah.
Going
on. No. Take care, MJ.
No. Terry Gilliam. Yeah, Terry Gilliam's artwork is brilliant. I love Terry Gilliam. I mentioned him in my favorite people tag, didn't I?
You did. Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan.
Time Bandits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Time Bandits. Yeah.
Do you remember any lines from Time Bandits?
Oh, King Agamemnon, like Sean Connery as Agamemnon. I can't really remember. It was so long ago when I saw that movie. I saw it more than once. I think I was working at the theater as an usher when it was out in the theater. But
wow.
Yeah, I don't remember any lines from it though.
I've seen it tons of times. There's a couple of lines I really love. There's the Randall shouts when they have a big fight, and Randall shouts at them and says, "Look, we said we didn't have any leaders, didn't we? So shut up and do as I say."
I gotta watch that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a bit where Og, go on.
No, you go ahead.
Well, there's a bit where Og is being controlled by the ultimate evil, and it's just a brilliant line where he just goes, "There's an idea forming in my head."
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Oh
Right.
boy.
It's probably gone, Kelly, but thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
Good night, Kelly.
Thanks, Kelly. Kelly's awesome.
Kelly is awesome.
She's on these a lot, eh? Every fortnight. She's on your show
Yeah, it
Fortnite.
is.
every fortnight.
We are at 2.5 hours. We're caught up. We're at 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Gareth hasn't had his dinner. I'm wondering.
My phone's at like 35%. Started at 100%.
Oh yeah, mine's at 45%. Dun dun. Yeah, what are you saying? We need to wrap it up, Dave.
Should we wind it down? We're down to single digits here. So I don't
yeah,
know
that's
if we should
cool. Yeah,
start winding
well,
it down. I mean,
it's been awesome, isn't it?
Jim is not used to this sort of marathon
No.
live streaming. So
Well, I'm an old guy now. Gareth is a young guy. Gareth is a youngster in this group, I think. I don't know.
I think well, it was one time when I was sleeping and I didn't realize it. Someone gave me a heart transplant and gave me an 8-year-old's heart, I think.
I've got a heart of an 8-year-old. I keep it in a jar on my desk.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm 52, so I am. Yeah, I'm nearly dead.
Hey, that makes me in the ground already.
I actually just turned 50 this past year, Jim. So
Did you really? Oh, I'm
older than
59. I'm 59.
So I am officially the spring chicken.
You're
just
the spring chicken. You're the youngster.
Look at him. Look, he's had a hard life.
Even though Gareth has much better skin and hair,
He's got the hair. He's got the hair going for him.
He's got the looks. You've got the voice. I'm just riding on you guys' coattails here.
You got Olive.
That's funny.
Jimmy's flirting with us.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Yeah.
My wife warned me. She said Dave will be flirting with you tonight.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I got to watch out for him.
I know. He's after both of us.
Hey, listen, I am happily married to my wife, but if I wasn't, Jim, I'll be coming for you.
I'll make a note.
So, Dave, do you wish that your wife had Jim's voice?
Oh, Garrett. That's one of those images you just shouldn't.
What was the voice?
A Jim impression. It'd be great.
What was the voice you gave my wife there? The one show with that heavy accent.
Oh, that was you, Gareth. Yeah.
I think you'll find, Jim, that was an accurate retelling of her voice. When I met her back in the day, she was like, "All right, Gareth, how you doing, mate? You know, you all right?" Like that.
Oh boy!
Is she still there?
Well, she's probably listening. She's probably listening. I just heard her say something, so she's listening.
She's like, "I don't talk like that.
I don't talk like
that." One other thing. I just might, because I put them here. I forgot to mention. We never came back to the manga. We were talking about the different styles, and the One Piece, that's like the classic style. But I also, another one I was really into is this Junji Ito I've been getting really into.
Oh yeah.
Which is the horror stuff, and this is so different. This style,
Oh
because
yeah.
he's trying to convey the horror of these situations through the art, and it's like I don't know, you probably can't see that, but if I can get that, but it's like some of the images are like, yeah, you probably can't see it there.
No. We can see it. They are really powerful images. It's a really cool style.
Oh, here. This is from the title story, which is really good with the tombstones in the street there.
It's definitely manga's just like gone through the roof.
Yeah,
It's so popular now.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But Japanese culture in general has really like hit some sort of zeitgeist, because there's some of the students around college are learning Japanese, because they love the Japanese animation, and they just love Japanese culture. They love J-pop. It's a huge thing.
Yeah,
Cool.
my grandson's right into everything Japanese, the food and the art and everything. He just just so ingrained in our culture now.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, is there anything we need to cover that we didn't hit yet? Anything else, Jim, you want to talk about? Or?
No, I know I had a lot of fun. It was a good show.
Yeah,
I think
it's a good time.
What have you got coming up on your channel, Jim? Have you got anything like that's ready to go on your channel next week?
Oh yeah, we've got we have a live stream this week, Friday, and we have a guest, a writer of Sherlock Holmes stories, and his name's
awesome.
Hugh Ashton, and he'll be on the show. And I'm trying to get, well, I won't say it because I'm trying to get another guest for the last week, and which is I'm hoping I get him because I've been following his website since the 90s, and he's huge. So I won't mention his name right now because he was going to get back to me. He wasn't sure if he could get on, but I'm crossing my fingers he'll get on. But
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Wait, so what day is the live stream?
Tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yes. So tomorrow, Hugh Ashton will be on the show with Mark, Greg, Randy, and I.
Okay. At what time?
Is that a Mark channel?
That's, I think Mark will be doing it. Yeah. And that'll be at 1:00 Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Yeah. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. But other than that, I've got nothing planned. Just the Sherlock Holmes stuff so far this month for February, which I'm enjoying. Everybody seems to be really getting into the Sherlock Holmes stuff,
Yeah.
A lot of new readers decided to start reading Sherlock Holmes. A lot of people coming back to Sherlock Holmes, and it just took off, man. I'm so happy that it did.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to be reading my first Sherlock Holmes this month.
Oh yeah. You mentioned that, I think, in one of your shows.
That first
Study in Scarlet, right?
Study in Scarlet. Yeah, and then somebody Erie had told me that I also need to read one of the short stories. I think it also had Scarlet in the name. It was
A Scandal in Bohemia, maybe.
I think that's it. Yeah.
That's the first short story. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So good.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I might be able to squeeze that in because I've got a Study in Scarlet somewhere. So I haven't read any Sherlock Holmes yet, so I might be able to do that. I'm doing quite well at the moment in February, so I might be able to get that in there.
Oh, good. That'd be like they're so quick. The short stories you can read like in an hour, and even the novels are short. You could read one in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've got something that's going to happen. Hopefully, we've got to sort out what time it is, but I think a week on Sunday is going to be the second episode of the Desert Island Flicks.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it a secret guest star or?
I wanted to show you this book. My wife picked this up for me. Oh. It's like it's a Wordsworth classic, book of movie classics. And nice. it's got all the classic movies from the 20s up to the 90s, and it just gives a little synopsis and a little cool. Yeah, I thought you guys would be interested in that.
Yeah,
there's Dirty Harry on the cover. It's a very cool book.
Yeah.
All kinds of movies in here.
I am expecting both of you to do the Desert Island Flicks at some point. Yeah.
Oh,
I would love
totally.
to.
Totally.
I would do that.
Yeah.
Is
So,
your guest this week a secret or?
so no, I'm all cool with announcing it. So yeah, should be Nick from another BookTube channel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were
Yeah.
just chatting, and I said, "Do you want to do you want to be the next one?" So yeah, that'd be cool. And
I'll,
yeah,
I'll have to whittle my list down from like 100 to 10. and I got to make sure they're not all westerns.
Right. Do westerns if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those top tens, like I've done so far. I recently did the top 10 science fiction films, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I did top 10 underrated films about 6 months ago. And when I came up with a Desert Island Flicks idea, I did 10 films I'd take on a desert island. But I might change, if I did my own version of the actual live stream, I might change them. But I've done those. But what I want to do, like over probably the next couple of days, I want to do my top 10 weird films.
Ooh.
So films that are not necessarily like a specific genre, something like being John Malkovich. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
weird.
There's enough of them out there.
Yeah.
Or what's that other one called, Gareth? That other weird film?
Dave Made a Maze.
Dave Made a Maze.
Dave Made a Maze. Dave Made a Maze. Have you seen Dave Made a Maze, Jim?
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
It's quite something. So I finally watched it. I've watched it, and what was really cool was I watched it with Richie, who you'll know if you've seen the music stuff. He's my musical partner, if you like. And he was he needed some cheering up, and I said, "Do you want to come round and we'll have a night together?" And we were chatting up, and we were like just catching up and stuff, and having a little chat and that. And I said, "Should we watch a film?" And he's like, and I said, "Well, there's a film that I'm supposed to watch that we need to talk about it on the live stream, and do you want to watch it?" And I showed him the trailer, and he was like, "Yeah, we got to watch this." And it was so nice watching it together, because literally he was absolutely pissing himself laughing all the way through it.
Yeah. Really?
So like if I hadn't watched it with him, there's some things that I would have just been amused by, that I was laughing out loud because he was. Do you know what I mean? It's like infectious, isn't it? And there's some weird bits in it where it just goes, there's no explanation for some of the things it does. And he was just, as soon as it happened, he was going, and I was like, it's like, because you just get involved.
So ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely mental. So but it was a lot of fun, and it really committed to its idea, didn't it? I mean, those people actually die in the maze.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Watch the trailer if you can, Jim, because you'll watch the trailer and you go, "Oh, all right, that's the plot, is it?"
Dave Made a Maze. Okay.
I don't know about up there, but in the U.S. it's on Amazon Prime. So I don't know if it is in Canada, but
I've got Amazon Prime, so I'll look for it. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's on Amazon
nuts.
here as well.
So next fortnight, we've been talking about this movie for a couple. What?
Yeah, go on.
No, we keep talking about the movie. Next fortnight, we should talk about the movie.
We're talking about the movie. Yeah, we're supposed to give each other homework, aren't we, for the next time?
We're gonna do a deep dive. Weren't we also supposed to watch rewatch being John Malkovich and do like comparison?
Let's do it.
Right.
That is my. If I was going to do a top 10 weird films, being John Malkovich would be number one. I love it so much. I can't tell you how much I love that film. Every second of it, I think, is absolutely incredible, and it's just ridiculous. Absolutely. Do you remember the orientation film he gets shown when he first joins that job? And then just like, it's just really weird dialogue. He says, "Your story has touched me. Will you marry me?" Yeah, there's that like little woman. It's just like, it's just crazy. It's amazing. And then there's a bit. So we can talk about this next time. But there's a bit where Cameron Diaz has been locked in the cage by John Cusack. Yeah, and she wants to get out, and she says to that chimpanzee that's next to her, "Can you help me get out?" And then. There's that, and then the chimpanzee has that flashback to when he's a kid, and he's like stressed. Which is so weird. It's amazing. Remember?
Would you consider the Grand Budapest Hotel, a weird movie.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
Narrative
weird
that
movie,
goes all
but
over
it's
the
a
place.
good movie.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
haven't
Yeah, yeah,
seen that.
Yeah.
yeah. That's good. Yeah, he's always good
But-
to watch. He's always interesting to watch. Wes Anderson's always interesting to watch.
That director, yeah.
Yeah,
The director does. He's done a few movies like that, and they're just kind of weird movies, but they're just
Yeah.
they're so well done.
yeah. My another one is I love it so much. Another one that would end up being number 2 in that list, and I can't tell you how much I love it. Is City of Lost Children.
City. Oh, with Clive Owen, or I'm thinking something different.
That's Children of Men, maybe.
Yeah.
City of Lost Children is a French film with Dominic Pignon in it. He plays lots of clones of himself, and the guy that played Hellboy, Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman is like the main part. Does this ring any bells?
No.
Oh, okay. You have to watch this film. Try and find it. City of Lost Children. It's about a man. Hold on, I'll try and explain it. There's all sorts of weird stuff in it around this, but the main point of the film is that there are children disappearing because they're being kidnapped by these people that work for this old man that lives on an oil rig, who is stealing their dreams.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
That sounds
And Ron
familiar.
Perlman, yeah, Ron Perlman plays this sort of like kind of carnival strongman kind of character, whose sister gets kidnapped, and he needs to rescue her from this oil rig, but he doesn't know where she is, and it sort of starts off from there,
Right.
it's so brilliant, and it's completely mad. It's completely mad, and
Really?
it's amazing. It's the
I
guy
like
that directed Amelie. I don't know if you've seen Amelie, but it's the guy that directed that.
Oh,
and
the French
Delicatessen.
movie. French
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a French director. Yeah, the whole thing's French, so do you watch non-English language films with subtitles or dubbed?
I prefer with subtitles because I find if
so
they
do I.
dub them over, it's distracting, which is
Yeah.
odd to say. But I'd rather have it in the original language and read the subtitles.
No, I'm
you
the
know?
same. And
Yeah.
also, you're watching someone else act. It's like you're watching two actors. You're watching the
Yeah.
actor that's been filmed and the voice actor.
Yeah.
And I'd rather just watch the actor being filmed speak the lines, and then I'll read it. It's fine. So yeah,
Me
I'm
too.
not that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd rather hear the original voice, the original actor do the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
But weirdly,
watched-
Ron Perlman speaks in French in that because it's a French film.
Oh, does he? Oh,
Mm.
Yeah.
I like Ron Perlman, man. He's brilliant,
Yeah.
actually.
He's
Yeah.
great.
I remember him back in Beauty and the Beast way back in the day with Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can find City of Lost Children and you can watch that before the next one, then that'd be cool as well.
Okay.
It's just such a
Yeah.
work of genius, but completely mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check that out for sure.
I can see
Alright.
the Scots going, Ron Perlman. Did anyone else make any comments?
No. So,
No. Okay, we're all
Everybody's
good.
gone.
Yeah.
Oh, my cat's visit. Hold on. Come here.
Oh,
Oh, he came
your
in to
guest is
visit.
actually appeared. Oh, nice.
aw, hello. Hey,
That's
Olive,
awesome.
look.
See his little mustache?
See,
He usually
Wow.
doesn't come in. He came in to visit me.
look.
What's her name?
Poe. His name's Poe. It was
Oh.
either, it was either that or Hitler.
I was going to say you could have attempted to call him Adolf. That would have been good.
Good boy. There you go.
Did you know that Adolf was the original name for Harpo Marx, and then he changed it to Arthur?
Oh,
So his real name's Arthur, but his original name was Adolf.
no. I
Huh.
didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Kind of mad, isn't it?
That was
Yeah.
long before Adolf Hitler, I guess.
Well, it was, yeah. But he still changed it to Arthur. I don't know why, because like you say, it would have been before. Although maybe it was during the 30s, he might have changed it to Arthur. But he was apparently a really lovely man, so kind of ironic because Hitler wasn't.
Yeah.
I think we
See
can all
Alan.
agree.
Alan's
on that
saying
one.
goodbye. I'll see you
Al.
See you
tomorrow.
later, Al.
Yeah.
So should we leave it there then, guys? Have we talked too much? Have we driven everyone out?
I'm good. Whatever you guys want to do.
All right.
All righty. I guess we will
This is
we'll
great,
call it there. So
Thanks, Jim, for being
thanks,
out there.
Jim, for coming out. This was great. Thanks
Oh,
for joining
thanks
us.
for having me, guys. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Of course, yeah. This is a good
I got to
time.
do it all again tomorrow for the other live stream.
It's good.
Oh
Good
boy.
practice. Good practice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Thanks,
And-
everybody that's left. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone.
And,
Commentators.
we will see you fortnightly. Is that the right way to say it? We'll see you
Yeah,
fortnightly.
see you in a fortnight.
See you in a fortnight. We'll see you all in
Yeah.
a fortnight. Thanks, everyone.
Take care, guys. Thanks again, eh?